What's up, everybody? You're very welcome along to That's Football. I am Craig, and don't worry, I know a lot of you right now are losing your minds going, hang on, here's half the act, but where's the A side? Goldbridge is just shoving a bit of foie gras down his throat at the minute. He'll be in with us peasants in a moment. Until then, let's have a little bit of fun. It's just you and I for a few minutes, mate. And look, congratulations to all you English guys and girls that are watching. Is it coming home? It's definitely got a step closer, hasn't it? And you know what? You deserved it. You fully deserved that win, my friends. It's nice to see you win. I hope that you're well. We've been spoiled over the last 24 hours with football, haven't we? And look, you know, we've got a good game tonight. I mean, it might not live up to the other games, but it'll be a good game nonetheless. Sweden and Ukraine. You know, I don't know what way to think about this one, ladies and gents. Craig is the boy. He said, Mike, how are you, buddy? Sweden, for Jonas is in the house. How are you? What are my thoughts on Southgate? Look, I actually do feel a little bit happy for the guy because, you know, he has the memory of that penalty miss as well. I think it was 96, if my memory is right, and now he's banished that. As England manager, he steered you guys past the Germans, and I thought you deserved to win. I really do. Beautiful Liverpudlian, thank you, mate. It's coming home is the chant from the crowd. I'm reading the comments, and they're all thinking it's coming home. I tell you what, the tournament's opening up nicely now, isn't it? France are gone. You guys are there. Denmark coming through as well. It's making up for a very, very interesting Euros. Love from the Philippines said, free flows. Nice to have you in, buddy. I hope that you're all well. Mark will be here in a minute for all you little who's this ball twat merchants. Relax. It's all good. Mark's just getting himself a bit of grub. He's a busy dude, lots of work. You know, some of us were doing the England game and still managed to be here on time as well. But there you go. That's the professionalism you get from me, ladies and gentlemen. When will Mark come on? Jesus, way to make a dude feel welcome. He's just getting a bit of grub. He'll be on in a few minutes, ladies and gents. Don't worry, all good. I thought you were English too. Yeah, because of my big, broad English accent, mate. No, I'm Irish. I'm proud to be. Did I think Sweden can beat England? Well, they've got to get past Ukraine first. Calm down, one step at a time, gents. What's up? How are you, Callum? Nice to see you in as well. Come on, England, said Rebel Red. Look, enjoy it. Enjoy the day. Get a few bevies into you. I'm sure that you're enjoying the moment. And why not? You know, why not? You beat the Germans, the old enemy, and beat them well. Mark just getting a few points in him. Yeah, I don't know what Goldbridge to expect today, folks. I don't know whether it'll be a tired and emotional Goldbridge, whether he'll be a happy Goldbridge, or whether he'll be a bevied up Goldbridge. But either way, it'll be a bit of fun, won't it? Mustafa, love you too, buddy. Sweden going to beat England, said NPC. Again, they've got a little bit to do first. They've got to get past the Ukraine tonight. And I'm waiting for Goldbridge to come in because there's no hope in hell that I'm reading out these team names. I'm going to put that firmly on Mr. Goldbridge. So, you know, you can have a little read of the team names yourself, folks, and then we'll let Mark mispronounce them when he comes on because I'm not doing it. I had to pronounce the Ukrainian team once and never again am I going to have a go at it. Is Mark going to show up? Of course he is. Fake accent, Craig is a mank. Imagine I did have that accent. I mean, I don't know what type of weird hybrid Irish accent I'd be trying to pull off here because I don't really have a Dublin accent. I don't really have a Wicklow accent. I'm kind of all over the shop, really. Score prediction tonight, 2-0 Sweden for Callum. I get a feeling we'll see both teams scoring, and that's as far as I'm willing to go on it because I think it's a very, very difficult game to call. Love you too, Gustav. Thank you for the kind words. I'm good at Vaith. Baldbridge, yes, I'll take that name. That's not too bad. You're a legend, mate, said Kyle. I'm just me, buddy, and I'm having fun. I'm enjoying being here with you good folk. The sun's shining. The birds are singing. We even had a little chat on Anfield Agenda earlier on about the WWE, and I got very nostalgic around it. But look, here's the question I'm going to put into the chat straight away. Who's going to win it? Who's going to win the Euros now? Because France are gone. They're gone. Killian missed in a penalty. He shit the bed. He's gone home. So who's going to win it? That's my question to you, good folks. Danny boy, how are you, my man? I'm so pissed then England won. Oh, well, just let them have the moment. It's a good win for the English. Let them have it. There's only one Craig Irish legend. Italy. It's a good shout, Shadow Spider, but they weren't overly impressive for me against Austria. I thought they were good. But they've been better in the tournament, but it's all about peaking at the right time, isn't it? And I thought England managed that game very well today. Bit of a shout out to Jordan Pickford, made two very big saves today. The one in the first half, of course, from Werner, and the one in the second half from Kai Havertz that he touched over the bar. I thought he was really good. Belgium are going to win it, said Oliver White and Arav. Yes, it'll take a good team to beat Belgium. I will give you that one. Where's Mark? Can you not see him, Isaac? Oh, my God. Me and Mark just had the best conversation ever. They'll never let us repeat it on the show, mate, so you've missed that one. England, said Ashley. Belgium again for Arav. England for 21, Nick. Rate the Euro so far. It's been brilliant. It has been absolutely... Yesterday is one of the best, if not the best day of international football that I've witnessed in my 39 years on this planet. It was amazing. We had 14 goals, 2 games in extra time, penalty shootout, 2 games where both teams came back from 3-1 down at one point. We were spoiled. I went to bed last night like a pig in poo, and then I went and watched the Copa America, and then I just thought, oh, yeah, this is why I don't like international football, because the Copa America has not had a patch on the Euro so far. Thoughts on Zidane as next France manager? I mean, it would be an interesting show. I don't know if it's true or not. You know, he is available, obviously, after leaving Real Madrid. Rate the Copa America. Oh, it's been poor. It has. I think, you know, how much of that is down to the fact that it was moved from Colombia to Argentina to Brazil. The fact there's no fans inside the ground. Yeah, it's difficult. It hasn't been the same. It just hasn't. We haven't, and the pitches have been terrible as well in the Copa America. What else we got? Great comment, but please don't spam. Said, oh, that was to somebody else. No worries. Oi, 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 says Roger. I'm good, mate. I hope you are as well. Thoughts on Vieira at Palace? I don't think it'll work out too well, mate. I don't. I mean, it wasn't great at New York City, and then I think he did okay at Nice, but, you know, it wouldn't fill me full of excitement if I was a Palace manager. But then again, they did have Roy Hodgson beforehand, so, you know, there is that. Who do you think will win out of Italy and Belgium? Oh, I don't know. Honestly, I think a lot could come down to how fit De Bruyne will be, how fit Hazard will be, but that could be a mouth-watering tie. Craig, when are we next going to Florida? I don't know. It's the honest answer. No time soon anyway, because of the way the world is at the minute. I've been vaccinated, fully vaccinated. My wife's getting her first one soon. So I don't know. It's the honest answer. All I can tell you is I will be away with my wife in January in Lanzarote, because we both turned 40 this year, and we booked that to be on the safe side for a little trip away. Mate, my ears will bleed listening to It's Coming Home. Yeah, sorry, you're gonna have to keep listening to that, because, you know, it's the Germans and they beat the Germans, so, you know, allow them have the moment. Right, let's get some more comments. Where is Mark? Honestly, just appreciate the magnificence that is me for one moment, and then we'll get to the Where is Mark stuff, because you're in for a treat today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm in fine fettle this afternoon, so just sit back and enjoy the magnificence, beholding the glory that is me for a minute, before Mark takes all the glory again in a couple of minutes' time, and I just have to sit in the corner, nodding, smiling, and just being the tits and ass on the channel. Pajama pants, you bet your backside I have them on. You know me too well, mate. You know me too well. Yes, of course I'm wearing pajamas, because that's what YouTubers do. We wear tops and pajamas. That's what you're supposed to do. We don't need Mark. Craig's good enough. There you go. I'm winning you around bit by bit. One by one, we'll get rid of Mark off this channel. Bit by bit, we'll push him closer to the exit door. Stop licking England fans, Craig, please. How about Oisin? Kiss these Irish nuts, pal. Don't tell me what to do. Am I not allowed to wish my English friends well after beating Germany? You know what I mean, mate? It's idiots like you that make the world a more bitter place. They want to get a football, pal. That's it. Allow them the moment. Let them celebrate. You know, we all support English teams here, don't we? How am I licking their arse? I'm just saying well done to them. The same way I did to the Scottish, the same way I did to the Welsh, the same way I did to the Swiss. Are we not allowed to be nice? Do we have to be that guy? Hi Bateson. Yeah, there you go. There's always one. Bateson wishes he had this machismo. Do you know what I mean? Bateson sits at home playing FIFA, looking at me going, he looks like me, but he's just got so much more about him. He's just got so much more about him. Craig, I respect you, lad. As well you should, mate. I'm a nice gentleman. I really am. It's coming home, said Limo. You're a legend, Craig. I want Mark to come on and apologise for Slayton Southgate. Oh, you can put that to him, buddy, because I'm not. I had the German jersey on standby just in case. Do you know what I mean? But I actually think England deserved the win. I thought they were the better team. Who will win, Ukraine or Sweden, or will it be some... That went too quick. I honestly think this is a 50-50 game, and I think I'm intrigued to see how it pans out. I really am. And look, I don't understand it. Allow the English fans their happiness, mate. Do you know what I mean? Just chill. It's all good. Spain will win it all, said the handsome fella. They could do. They rediscovered how to put the ball into the back of the net, so there is that. But what a game that was yesterday, by the way. Fair play to Croatia for not dropping their heads, coming back into it. And then we finished off last night with that absolutely wonderful game between France and Switzerland. That Paul Pogba goal, ooh, That was a worldie. But didn't matter one jot, did it? Because they went out in the end. Morata or Werner? Werner. Surely Werner. Kiefer Moore for the Ballon d'Or said no. There you go, man. I mean, cast your vote. You never know. Stranger things have happened. Spain have no strikers. We all said 10 goals in 2 games. Yeah, there is that as well. Morata won Spain the game. It was a great goal. Morata, look, full credit to him. The way he took it down and buried it with his left foot, it was a fine finish, but, you know, he did miss a few as well during the tournament. Craig, is Mark coming? Well, I don't know. I don't know what him and his wife are up to at the minute, mate. As far as I'm aware, he's just having food, and I don't think he's coming. But is he coming on the show? Yes. Why are you bald? Because that's the way your mum likes it. She likes my aerodynamic features. Do you know what I mean? Got to be smooth to get in there and get out. Bang, bang, bang. Don't talk to me like that, or I will be your father. Don't try and banter me, you little twat, because it just won't work. I'm Irish. We were born knowing how to banter. We came out of the womb full of banter. Why are you bald? Ooh, don't worry. When you got to bed tonight, mate, and Mammy's tucking you in, because you are Mammy's special little soldier, aren't you? When she's tucking you into bed tonight, pal, and she's putting the covers up, and she's moving your Hogwarts pajamas over to one side, and giving you a little pat on the head and saying, how was your day, darling? You can tell her. You can say, Mammy, I called the big angry Irish man bald. Haven't I brilliant? And she'll go, you're a wonderful young man. Mammy loves you, but she'll probably be the only one that'll ever love you, mate, from a woman's perspective. But it's okay. Uncle Craigo's got you covered, buddy. I'll teach you. I'll sail you through life. Uncle Craig's School of Trolling is going to open in September. You might have a scholarship. A whole scholarship. Full ride, all the way through. Right, let's get back to some normal people. He says, being himself, like, imagine me calling anybody else normal. Right, can I borrow your hair? I don't want to destroy you. I don't. Like, I really don't. I want to be nice. I don't want to be that lad. Irish banter at its finest. As I said, you know, we come out of the womb. You don't grow up in Ireland. You get slaughtered by your mates if you don't know how to banter. So there you are. Can I borrow your hair? You mean the hair off these big Irish Leroy, pal? Nah, you wouldn't be able to handle it. What have we got? Morata, great player, to be fair. Craig the goat, where's Mark? He's in the basement. Nah, he's just getting a bit of grub. He'll be on in a few minutes. Does it get cold? No, it doesn't, mate. You know, I put a bit of grease on this mofo to make sure that the elements stay clear of it. What have we got? No one's talking about the Czech Republic versus Denmark. It's because it's not the day of the Czech Republic versus Denmark, mate. Egg, brilliant, mate. You're brilliant. Egg. Now, this is where I transition to say I am your mother's love egg. See what I did there? I can take your egg and I can raise you a bit of blue for the dads. Bit of blue for the dads. Bit of blue. Havertz or Werner? I like Havertz. He's a fine footballer. I haven't seen anything shinier, and you never will, sir. There's no point in looking. This is it. This is peak shininess. Craig, can you marry me? It would be bigamy because I'm already married to a wonderful woman. Right, what have we got? Hey, Craig, do you think England can make all the way? Yes, I do. I mean, that was the game, wasn't it? That was the big test, the acid test. And England came through with flying colours. And, you know, the draws opened up for them. The Netherlands are out. Yeah, I mean, you would say right now, on that side of the draw, England should probably be favourites to make it through to the final. It's, yeah, I mean, I didn't think I'd be sitting here saying this now, but there's a very good chance. Craig, you're some crack. Sure, don't you know it's there? Where's Mark? There goes. All the fun, all the love gone out the window. Now, you're just getting some grub. Relax. Oh, Basil, I know you put egg in because you want to be noticed by me, mate. You want a little pat on the head because you're a good little boy, but I'm not going to give you the attention, mate. So you're going to have to come up with something more creative than that. There you go. Humpty Dumpty, perhaps. Dara O'Brien, Bateson, Uncle Fester, the White Malteser, Matt Lucas. There's so many you could have chose from. What have we got? Craig with the fresh haircut. Well, funny you mention it. I did shave my head, especially for you folks today. Keith Wood in the hoose. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm still refusing to read out the teams, by the way. I'm hanging off for Goldbridge. I'm letting him butcher these pronunciations. I'm not doing it. Lindelof masterclass today against England, said Randy. Rafa has joined Everton. I know, I'm aware. Liz is in the house. Liz, how are you? We're hoping for a little bit of higher quality banter they're not quite up to the level of our channel, Liz. Do you know what I mean? But we'll get them there. I'll educate these mofos on a bit of banter. I'll get them there, Liz, eventually. Where's Goldbridge? B-Tech boy. He's getting something to eat. So he's probably having crackers or something. I don't know what the rich folk eat. Love you, Craig. Heard Harry Maguire's song on YouTube? I have not. No, I haven't. What came first, Craig or the chicken? I like it. Well played, bushy boy. I always come first, mate. That's just a general rule in my life. And, you know, I pity you if you're not the same. And my wife can attest to that, by the way. God bless you, brother. Love right back to you, Jack. Look, Goldbridge, he's taking the mic on now, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? Oh, I'll see you soon. I'll be on there at 7:30. Oh, man's in there now, lashing back to Heineken to beat the band, dancing around his living room going, it's coming home, it's coming. Come on, Goldbridge, get on here and there in the crust, mate. The School of Craig is a tough course, but you'll pass it with flying colours. There you go. Pickford had a great game today, by the way, Riley Clips. He made a couple of really good saves. Craig better than Goldbridge. When you know, Eugene. We're going to name this Craig Holden, That's Football. We're going to rename the channel. He's getting the points in. I wish you'd get me a point to type it. It's coming home, it's coming home. I mean, he's getting to a point here where I might have to have a bash at these team pronunciations, and I don't want to do it because I know, like, oh, he's here. He's finally showed up.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Build it up.
About time, Goldbridge. It's about time. Now you can all relax. Mark's here. I've been hanging off.
I'm back now.
I've been hanging off with the pronunciations. I've been leaving the team news to you, pal. I'm not touching it. Not touching it.
The only thing I'm touching in is this amber nectar celebration juice.
Congratulations, by the way. You deserved it. You were the better team.
I was hoping you'd be annoyed.
Why? I'm not that guy.
Get Jordan on.
You wouldn't be able to handle Jordan. You know what I mean? You've got me on because you know I'm really a nice guy. But look, Sir Harold of Tottenham finally got off the mark. Raheem Sterling, number 3 in the competition.
Jack
the Germans. Grealish. I tell you what, Pickford though, couple of great stops.
The Irish must be happy actually because Grealish and Rice played really well.
Like, you're trying to drag the level down, mate. I had this full of fun and happiness before you came in there with your corona.
You know, they were going to play for Ireland and decided to play for England. So in a way, Ireland can claim that. You know, stop being so bitter about it and just say, be pleased for them because they never would have done it with your Irish FA, would they?
And we could take Kane as well, by the way. You're forgetting that. He also has Irish ancestry. So in a way, I'm sure if we look back through Sterling's family, somebody's been on the day trip from Holyhead over or something that we can claim as well.
I understand why Irish people get pissed off about Rice and Grealish, but then on the other hand, they say the Irish FA are a load of shit. So, you know, can you blame Grealish and Rice for thinking this might not be a good idea for me? Because even with Grealish and Rice, Ireland would still be shit. Ireland's problems are bigger problems than those two.
How did we get from you beating Germany to let's all...
I'm going to be talking about Jack Grealish a lot, so I just want you to be comfortable with the fact that
I don't give a shit about Mr. Alice Band. I don't care about Grealish or Rice.
What a player.
He's great.
Oh, have a drink to Grealish, the king, the king, the king. We'll drink to Grealish, the king, the king, the king. He changed the game. You know, I've got. You know what? There's plenty more of these going in, and there's plenty more. Half an hour, I've just been basically catching up. Everyone else around the house has been drinking since 5 o'clock, so I've just been
I can hear it's coming home from my house, like, and I live near the coast, so I can hear the wind blowing it across.
I've had a few. I've got Twitch at 11 o'clock. That's going to be interesting.
I was on to Twitch earlier on, actually. I was talking with Twitch, and they gave you a little mention.
Oh yeah, they love me, but
they do. Somebody has to.
Yeah. Forgot what I was going to say. This will happen a lot, but I've had a load of people on Twitter clipping my old tweets. Oh, this is a shit team. Oh, Sterling's greedy. They think I don't know anything about football. Like, the reality is, I was right. England was shit until Southgate brought Grealish on. And most England fans with a brain were like, this team's a shit team. Grealish deserves to start. And now they're going, oh, where's your apology to Southgate? You know what? He'll be waiting a long time. I ain't sending an apology because he should have started Grealish, and I was proved right. Simple as that.
Be honest, your heart missed a beat when Muller went through, didn't you? Oh.
Yeah, Muller light.
Oh, through corner, mate. It opened up and he shit the bed. Let's be honest.
I did. He should have scored.
I thought you defended really well.
Sterling would not be getting the praise he's getting now if Muller could finish. Because he
I
lost the ball.
thought, did you see that there was a beautiful camera angle of Sterling behind and he fell to his knees when Muller missed it? And, I thought you guys defended really well. I don't think the Germans deserved that from the game.
To be honest with you, I think it went perfectly for me because I think 2-0 with 10 minutes to go, I'd said at the start of the game, if England are comfortable with 10 minutes to go, you'll never see a smugger person than me. And unfortunately, that's what people
saw. It's just a real I have in life, mate, with you.
But the best bit about it was when it was 1-0, I knew at 1-0 it was over, which is really weird for me. I'd normally be like biting my thumbnails, but I was actually singing It's Coming Home when we scored the second goal, which was very unusual for me. But I think on reflection, I think
you were losing your mind at half time though with the Kane miss.
Yeah, well, what a terrible miss. But I felt that it was one of the weirdest games. In a way, I quite liked it because I imagine this is what it's like to be France or Germany, that you have this big game, but you don't emotionally tie yourself out. When I was like younger, England, Germany, like you'd be pumped up about it for a few days. And I'm sure a lot of people have been like that. But for me, today, I was just quite chill. And then even through the game, I was quite chill until the goal went in. And I was like, it made me think this is actually what winning's all about, because ultimately we've won that game and I'm really pleased. But I'm like, well, that's the last 16 quarterfinal, still 3 games to go. Enjoy the result, go again. And I think that's what Germany and France have been doing for years. But England, we turn every game into this massive hype fest. And, you know, maybe I got it wrong because I was like, you know, there was a bloody clip of me earlier where I got all this music and I'm like, you got to go out there, you know, fight to your last breath. And I don't think England did that. I think they just played the game in a very boring way at many times, but they've won the game 2-0. And I just think, well, fair play. You know, we're gradually growing some momentum in the tournament. And I think it could have gone either way, that game. I think that there was a chance for Werner in the first half. Obviously, that chance for Kane. Havertz had the volley.
I'm a little bit different on the Kane chance, by the way. I think that first touch was genius. I just think the defensive cover, if you look at it, he took it round Neuer and he was expecting the tap in, but there was a late challenge. I actually thought it was a really good first touch.
I think he should have just hit it first time.
It's did you see?
What do you do in that situation? If you miss, you're going to get Goldbridge on your back, basically. You know,
true. And that's what was going through his mind. I heard. I mean, that's he was working at the dressing room. They had that football on the screen in the dressing room, and he knew what was coming.
Well, to be fair, 32,000 people did, which kicks the ass out of the competition. Let's be honest.
The biggest football. W of the day for me was Beckham. Beckham got to sit beside Ed Sheeran. That's the biggest W of the day.
There's hope for us all. If Beckham will sit with Ed Sheeran, he'll sit with anyone.
They Rob Beckett mixing with the fans, trying to look like a man of the people in his bucket hat.
Yeah.
So what are we thinking about this one? We better talk about the Ukraine-Sweden game.
I want Ukraine to win. I mean, I look at this as well. I predicted this, Craig. Hampden Park, bitter Scottish prats. They've been knocked out of the tournament and they can't be asked to turn up to a Euros game. They're all at home, drinking their iron brew, crying about England going out, England winning. And they can't be asked. Look at the pitiful amount of fans at this game for a Euros game. They never should have played it in Hampden Park. What I would say about the Welsh and the Scot and the Irish is they would turn up for this game and watch it. But the Scottish can't be asked.
Oh, mate, if this was in Dublin, it'd be rammed. It would be absolutely rammed.
That's pitiful, that is.
Now, is this a capacity thing or is this a genuine?
It can't be, because look at that. There are certain areas that've got quite a lot of people sitting down, but that's generally people they've got a lot of spare tickets for that.
You see a Scottish jersey there in the crowd. There's a few of them at it, but you know, it's an intriguing one, this, isn't it? Because I can see this being a tight affair because Sweden, you know, they haven't been a free scoring team in the tournament. Both teams technically proficient. I'd like a Sweden win.
I'd rather Ukraine because I think England will beat both of these teams comfortably, but I think Sweden are better than Ukraine, so you always hope for the easier game, really. But I think this might be a bit of a dull affair, really.
Here's a good question for the chat. Maybe you can help us out, and maybe you can chime in as well. Has there been a good game at Hampden yet? Genuinely, has there? Because I remember a few stinkers.
Schick scored at Hampden, didn't he? Czech Republic beat them there.
That was a belter of a goal, that one.
Yeah.
And last night, mate, I mean, we finished up. We thought we'd seen it all with that Spain-Croatia game, and little did we know, wow,
France was better.
A 3-1 comeback.
France was the better game, and Switzerland were fantastic. I mean, I'm glad they're on the other side of the draw. I wouldn't fancy having Switzerland on our side. I think Denmark is probably the hardest team for England to stop and get into the final. England will be massive favourites to get to the final now.
Who's this Granit Xhaka boy, by the way? Who's this lad? Never seen him play like that.
Well, bag of shit according to Arsenal fans, but obviously he's just not got a very good set of players around him. They're not on his wavelength.
I was so blown away because Switzerland went at it. Like, they gave it a go. Their passing was incisive. Didn't let their heads drop. They even had one ruled out, remember, before they got the equaliser for an offside. And then that ball from Xhaka through was just exquisite. And Mbappe,
I must admit, when Pogba scored that goal, I was like, this is going to be Pogba's tournament. And then as soon as it went to extra time, I didn't, even before France went out, I went, the horrible thing for Pogba is he's just scored the third goal to make it 3-1. It's a worldie. You win that game and everyone's talking about Pogba. And even if they win it now, that penalty will get swallowed up. You don't want to score a worldie and not win the game. And I thought Pogba played very well for France, but I thought Switzerland deserved it. And I said when it went to penalties, whoever wins it, you can't moan. You know, you've had your chances, you've had a good game. That's what I think that game between France and Switzerland was the perfect example of when a penalty shootout works, because they both played fantastically well. And
Coleman rattling the bar and all right at the last second of normal time. I tell you what, there was one move from Pogba where he rolled his studs across the ball on the edge of the box and played a pass through to Mbappe. I just thought, I mean, what United would give for this Pogba, because at times his range was exceptional. And the goal, I mean, yeah, he was magnificent. But, you know, Switzerland, to their credit, they never gave up, never let their heads drop. And as you said, you can't argue about the result.
Well, Lilia just said there that Lloris's interview was fantastic. I haven't heard it, I haven't seen it. So if anyone wants to let us know what he said, that'd be great. But I mean, there was a great pass from Pogba into Mbappe that he should have scored. I mean, Mbappe was very poor in this tournament. I'm not having this that he's overhyped. He's a fantastic player. He's one of the best players in the world. But, you know, it happens to everybody. He just had a very bad tournament.
He did. And I wonder, is it because his mind is elsewhere about what's going on with his club career?
Maybe, but Pogba's in that situation and he didn't have a problem.
He's always in that situation. Pogba's used to it at this point, let's be honest. He's, I mean...
Look at the empty seats. Scooby-Doo. Bloody hell. What's on telly in Scotland tonight? They're not watching Love Island, are they? Come on. Get your coat on and come and watch a game of football. That's shocking. Look at that. Is never, ever put games in Scotland again. They don't deserve them.
We're underway anyway, folks.
In Hungary, it was packed. That wasn't all bloody fans of... what game was it in Hungary? Was it Portugal... Was it the Portugal game against Hungary?
Or was that in Budapest? I can't remember. I can never remember.
It was packed. The Hungarians and the Romanians turned up in their thousands. The Scottish can't be arsed.
This is a really weird one, but I meant to ask you the other day. Have you ever had a battered Mars bar?
No. I probably like it now. I'd eat anything now.
I had one once in Dublin, actually. I found a chipper in Dublin that did them. And do you know what? Interestingly, it was all right. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah. Well, I like chocolate and I like batter, so I imagine it is quite nice, yeah. Sync, we're hitting 50 seconds. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. What's RTE on?
We're not too far away, mate. We're not too far away. We're pretty much on point for the first minute, but, you know, come back to me a half an hour.
I'll tell you what, this would have been the hardest game ever to watch if Germany had beaten England. I really would have just... I
won't lie. I did have a German jersey folded on the sofa just in case.
I'll tell you what, I do like that black German kit, and I might even get it now.
On Sports Direct, a special offer, clearance.
It's a lovely kit, but yeah, no one else.
Somewhere as well, there's a warehouse full of Germany. We won the Euros t-shirts sitting somewhere as well. That's going to have to go in the bin now as well.
To be honest, we had a couple of t-shirts ready for the Europa League final.
I think we all do it at times.
No, but like to sell for the United stand, we had a couple. It had a yellow submarine sinking on it, and there was another one as well. And they were actually next to me for when we win it, and it was just one click of the button, and they would have been for sale. So I binned them. I put them in the bin the next day. I was like, well, they're never going to get used, are they? But
You could have, I'd say you probably still could have sold them to the Valencia fans who would have bought them as mocking memorabilia.
The England-Germany watch-along is doing really well in views. We had 27,000 watching that.
Yeah, but I had 300 in my chat, so who won really? Do you know what I mean?
300 is not bad considering who was doing watch-alongs.
But I don't know where to go with this one, by the way. I mean, I'm loving the Sweden kit. I always like the Swedish kits.
It's coming home. It's coming home.
Oh, look, he's gone full on Rob Beckett now.
It's coming. Yeah, I can't be doing with these fake fans who turn up at Wembley like, oh, look at me and my beanie hat and this. Piss off. You bloody fake fan. Were you there? Were you there for the qualifier against Albania? Were you arse? Kiss my arse, you bloody fake fans. They'll all be coming out now. To be honest, I remember when England won the Rugby World Cup and rugby fans were the same. All these bloody soccer fans getting into rugby, they've got no interest in rugby. And I was like, you're right, even though I'm one of them.
You just used the S word. Soccer.
Yeah, that's what rugby fans call us soccer. They don't want us to call it football.
RTE still call it soccer in Ireland right now. Right now, they have Friday night soccer. A little part of me dies inside every time they read it out.
There's Sweden on this hat. This is the best Euros ever, said somebody. Yeah.
It definitely
England
is.
are going to the final. I tell you, I'm confident.
Goldbridge. Where would the Denmark game be if you played them? Oh, yeah.
Wembley,
okay.
Wembley, where the famous Southgate Army, and we're going to Wembley, Wembley.
Are you everywhere now in Wembley, or is there one game outside?
No, the quarterfinals in Rome.
Ah, there you go.
Vincerà,
just one cornetto, give it to me. What's
that song? World in Motion. Arrivederci, it's 1-on-1. Love's got the... I'll tell you what, I'm going to have a party tonight on my own in the garden.
Everybody around Goldbridge's.
With the fox. He'll be like, I'm not coming around here tonight. I'm not shitting on your garden tonight.
Not brave enough.
But, yeah, I mean, look, people were in the chat. We were 1-0 up with 10 minutes to go, and I was singing It's Coming Home, and everyone was going, oh, you're going to look a right idiot when Germany reply, and I went, score. I won't. I know what's going to happen. We're going to win.
You are the only person I know that gets away with being so smug and gets adored for it. It's a very rare trait to be able to pull off, mate. I'll give you that one.
Because they're hoping it's going to not go right. But I'm not saying we're going to win the Euros, but I'm telling you now.
I'm just saying it's coming home. That's all.
You can take it to the bank that we're going to the final.
It's opening up. I mean, the Denmark game is going to be a tricky one if you get, to there. I mean, don't underestimate them. We did it at our peril. I know it was Ireland and all, but they gave us a kicking.
Mate, I'm like a virgin in a pawn shop. When France went out last night, I wouldn't be as excited now if France was still in it. But with France out of it, it's like... Whew. When France went out last night, I was like, Michael Caine. They've blown the bloody doors off. They've blown the bloody doors off the tournament. I was just like, even if England had gone out tonight, I would have been really disappointed. But by Friday, I'd have been excited again because I would have been, well, at least France. I love it when the favourites get knocked out because it's just like anything can happen. I personally think the final will be England-Italy. And I can't say England will win that. I'd be massively excited. But, I'd rather England have a hard final as well. I know this sounds really arrogant because we're only in the quarterfinal.
Someone say there, maximum 12,000 allowed in Hampden. I live in Glasgow, couldn't afford the £90 minimum for the ticket.
Bit harsh to have a go at us, says Cammy. Yeah, you're right. Craig, what are you having a go at them for?
I'm an awful man, mate. Do you know what I mean? Me sticking up for the Scottish and you just sticking the boot in. I thought it was on with Jack, mate, there for a minute.
But yeah, I think that I'd rather we had a hard final than an easy final.
I'd rather we had a hard final. Look at this lad.
Talking like a man that's England haven't won anything ever. Yeah, I'm bored of the easy finals. Just I want a hard one. I don't want Switzerland or anything like that.
None of your Villarreal, Manchester United nonsense. No. We want the best.
We'll beat Belgium, but Italy or Spain worry me a bit.
Oh.
But if you tuned in late, we are going to the final. Don't worry. basically we've qualified for the final today. Look at these two bags of shit. We're playing one of these two shit houses on Saturday. Look, we'll play the B team. Look at this. Boring.
Southgate's B team is probably better than the A team, if I'm being honest with you.
I looked at the bench today and I was like, that's better than the first team.
That bench was a strong Foden, Sancho, Grealish, Mount. That was Rashford. Just ridiculous. Rashford. It was ridiculous.
Well, he didn't even have Calvert-Lewin on the bench. Nicholas says, the arrogance. Yeah, drink it up, mate. ICH. It's coming home.
Mark's sitting there with a box of T-shirts ready to go for the final. Ready there? Press the button.
My agent's on the phone. How many T-shirts do you want with it's coming home on? 1 million. We'll sell the lot.
All the T-shirts. Clear out China. I want them all. If I so much as see a Fruit of the Loom T-shirt anywhere else that doesn't have it's coming home on it, there'll be trouble.
Forget these charity things. They can wait. It's coming home. We're gonna rinse it, and also get some with Scooby Doo on it as well. Scooby Doo
wearing a kilt.
Lithuania in kilts. That will sell well as well. Get them all.
I tell you, some people are tuning in now, going, "What is this? What's been unleashed upon us?"
This is basically a watch along for who England are going to smash on Saturday night. It's basically a mauling. There's going to be a murder on Saturday night when England beat one of these two shit bastards. Oh, sorry. I do like the Swedish. Ukraine, I don't know. I don't ever plan to go there, but I do plan to go to Sweden. So. Sorry, Sweden, but you will get beats on Saturday night.
You won't get through the doors of an IKEA now, mate. Not a chance.
I'm not going to go to a Volvo either.
Yeah, that's 2 brand deals you can rule out immediately.
Hey, you should have seen my one this morning for Wash and Go. Went down really well. If you're in the know, you're in the know. Wash and Go.
Still no love for me, even though I was on the stream. Even though I got a mention from them, nothing. Not even a bottle of Poxy shampoo. Do you know what I mean? Nothing.
All the lads are cheering. Get the fucking beers in. Woo.
Boycott Wash and Go, everybody. Boycott it. They're a hairless brand.
Vindaloo. 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 La la. Ireland, just support England because I lived there for 3 years and I support England. So you can all jump on the bandwagon. You don't have to support England. Mate. I know you hate them. The amount of taxi rides I used to get home from Dublin pissed. And fair play, they could have just chucked me in a canal. They'd be like, this gobby drunk English twat. Why are they in our country? And I'd be sat there pissed going, I know why you hate the English.
I'm a thespian.
You're a lesbian. No, I'm a thespian. A thespian.
The Abbey School of Acting.
But I'll tell you what, I like you, Irish. I love you. I don't like the English either. Arrogant pricks. Bloody Cameron. You know. But no, you know, football's coming home, as I said, and support England. Or not. Or don't support England and wait for me to fall from a great height.
Which we are. We are waiting.
Which is, yeah.
Myself and Jordan.
I don't think we're going to win it. I just think I'm going to get absolutely hyped over the next 2 weeks. We will get to the final, and then who knows what's going to happen in the final. It's a bit like United under Ollie. We took five semi-finals to get to a final, and when we got there, we were like, "Yeah, we're going to win it." And then what we didn't realise is, if it takes 5 times to get to the final, how many times is it going to take to win a final? We just thought, "Oh, first time lucky." No.
Basically had a home draw as well for the entire competition. Let's not forget that.
What, in the Euros?
Yeah.
Them's are the rules.
Yes.
You could play at the Aviva with 20 players and you still get beat. So you've still got to have the players.
Yeah, but we'd get beat, you know, with a spirit. Do you know what I mean? We go out with a fight, you know, as we lose 5-1 to Denmark. Yeah, that's it. We go out the right way.
This is 0-0 at the moment, and I'm just sat watching it thinking England will be about 3-0 up by now.
Yeah, you do know
Lindelof. I tell you what, I hope Sweden do go through because Lindelof, Lindelof. And I'm a United fan. I ain't worried about Lindelof. Just cross it into Harry Kane and he'll cower on the ground like a bag of cement.
I can almost hear Jordan at home with the Rocky music on, training, getting ready for you when this is over. He's getting angrier by the day, it seems, as you won't let him, come on and discuss.
I remember Jordan messaging me from, the Welsh Jordan fan who was on. I remember him messaging me this time last week, and he was like, "We're going to beat Denmark and you're going to lose to Germany." Confidence before a fall. I take great pleasure in the fact that there's plenty of Scottish people out there and Welsh people out there now who just can't get over it. They're fuming. They've gone on a big country walk just to try and calm themselves down. I can't believe it, man. That's Geordie. I can't believe it. Sky Sports News. I can't believe it. I'm going for a walk.
Where's my pet sheep? Where's my pet sheep?
You what?
Where's my pet sheep?
I don't know what that is. I can't believe it. Scooby-Doo. The bloody English have done it again.
It's becoming Australian.
They'll be the same as well. The bloody Sheila. They've done it again. Couldn't give a Castlemaine 4X. I don't know. The Australians probably do support England, to be fair, in the football. But yeah, it's our time. Deal with it. Hashtag deal with it. Germany, get out. Roll over Beethoven. Did we actually find out if Beethoven's German?
I thought he was Austrian, though.
He's had a lot of shit if he's not German, I tell you. I've been at him all night. He's like, just let me rest in peace. If he's not German, I'm an idiot. He's a German composer. Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Thank God, yes.
Matthew McFadden said he's German. You see,
all that xenophobia is paid off now. Yes.
I did it for France last night. I said Gerard Depardieu, Renault, Peugeot, Rene from
all the
LOLOs.
shit cars.
Sit down. But for Germany, I couldn't think of anything. I was just going Jurgen Klinsmann, Audi, Mercedes, and then I just said Beethoven.
Opel. Yeah, so nothing's really happened in this game. Loads of people asking you to sync. I won't sync because, I'm on RTE here and
14:52, 14:55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 15 minutes. Here we go. Cassian. Swivel on it. England's playing a boring football, over 18 team, definitely. You know what? Keep crying, Cassian. Oh, boring my arse. Who's still in the tournament? Where's your fancy football now, eh? France. German. Oh, look at us with our clever back five, adaptive back five. Oh, look, we're playing with a false nine. You're playing with a false position in the quarterfinals now because you're not in it, you twats. Get out. False nine, my arse. Nah. Get out. France. Oh, what a team. Ooh la la. The best team ever. Ooh, we've got so much talent.
Papa, yeah. Papa.
Yeah.
You're gone, love. You're gone.
Yeah.
Oh, bye.
Tell it to those beaches you're sitting on now. You're out. I don't care if we bore out. You know what? If we'd lost today, Southgate sacked. Now, give him a contract. Let's scam our way to the final. The more people we can piss off along the way is a bonus for me. I hope Sweden dominate us on Saturday night and we score off the referee's arse. 1-0. Shut up. I don't like IKEA anyway.
Oh, but the meatballs, mate. Come on, the meatballs.
That would be a chore, actually, to not be able to have the meatballs. I go to IKEA just for the food. Not the easy to build cupboards.
Well, I'd imagine that yours is all, solid oak furniture and all, mate. Not these peasant furniture that the rest of us have to make do with.
I genuinely don't want to offend the Swedes, by the way. I do want to come there.
Yeah, give it a week if they get through, and we'll see how that works out for you.
I've got nothing against the Swedish. They play shit, boring football, but apart from that, I like it.
They did give the world Henrik Larsson as well.
Yeah, played for United, won a title. Everyone seems to know the score. They've seen it all before. They just know. They're so sure that England's gonna throw it away. I tell you what, I thought Germany were a bit shit. I actually thought, here we go. Oh, he's missed it. Header. Forsberg.
Oh, you're ahead of me for once. There you go.
Kulevski, they love him. They love this Kulevski. He's a young lad for Juventus, and everyone says he's great.
It does feel like a bit of an anticlimax to the last 16, this game, I won't lie.
Yeah, yesterday was brilliant.
It was the best.
That's the best day of football I've seen from a knockout stage of international football probably ever.
It was sensational. It really was.
Because both were 3-1, weren't they? Both 3-1, both 3-3. Oh, what a day. I don't bother with the highlights. I never bother with the highlights. And last night I was like, I'm watching the highlights. Craig, are you aware? It's coming home.
Is it? I'll watch.
I tell you what, though. How many fans? Oh, he's missed it, Isaac. I think he needs to get rid of that moustache, though.
Another 10 million off the price tag there.
What, because of the moustache? I agree. I tell you what, though, I'm a little bit worried about the Swedish. Isaac's
look, he's backtracking here. The high horse is getting smaller. Go on.
Well, Isaac's good. And this Kulevski's just set somebody else up again. That's two good creative chances in the last... A lot of people have said to me, this Kulevski's a good player. He's just set up two chances in the last 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes, probably about a minute and a half. But no, I thought... I did think Germany were overrated. I think Southgate overrated them as well.
I thought, as I said, look, I don't want to add to your ego trip, but I did think he managed the game very well. I think England were the better side throughout.
What did you think about the Declan Rice? Do you think it should have been a red?
Declan Rice. I can't remember.
Goretzka ran through and he got...
Oh, no, Walker was right on his shoulder. No, Walker was getting there.
I tell you what, though, he's the only man who was going to get there. It's a good job we played a back five because that would have been a red card. If it hadn't have been, Kyle Walker would have caught him, but Stones or Maguire never would have done. So it's a good job we had Kyle Walker at centre-back. I
thought Calvin Phillips was very unlucky to get a yellow because it was the momentum and the shape of the ball. You know, he had the ball and his foot ran over the top of the ball. I thought he was very unlucky.
I thought that could have been a red.
I thought he was really unlucky. It was only because of the ball that his foot continued to go over.
I know, but in the Prem, I've seen them being given as a red.
Oh, Mike Dean couldn't get the red card out quick enough. If that was Mike Dean, there'd be a full-on Mike Dean dance and then a red card.
I think the standard of refereeing in the Euros is far better than the Premier League because I think in the Premier League there's been some tackles where you go, "Ooh, that could be a red."
I think they've officiated this tournament quite well.
Apart from the Wales sending off, which was dodgy.
It was, but thankfully it didn't impact the game because it was all done and dusted at that point. But yeah, there was no way Wilson should have seen a red card for that.
Yeah. The order of the universe has been restored. Wales out in the last 16 and England the best team in the United Kingdom. Oh, it's good. Imagine if England win the Euros. I tell you.
It's not going to happen. Let's be realistic. It won't happen.
I don't think it will happen, but I do think we'll get to the final.
What
what I've got to do is I've got to stop getting arrogant. I've realised today. I said Germany were going to win 2-0 and we were going to be shit. So we need to keep this up and it will do well.
Would it not be worse losing in the final, though? At Wembley, like?
Yeah, we've never lost the final, Craig. Imagine the English if we lose a final. It's a whole new level of self-depreciation. Oh, we were so unlucky. Who remembers 2021 at Wembley when we lost against Italy? Oh, if only Mason Mount had passed it. Oh. We love to lose. We've built my whole life supporting England has been about this bloody... I saw it today. I said it in my match reaction. my whole life as an England fan has been feeling sorry for us. Oh, we lost on penalties, this, that, and the other. I saw it today. It was a shit game, but we won 2-0. And tomorrow I'll wake up and I'll be thinking about something completely different. That's what winners do. You win and you move on. We make massive things out of small things. Like Beckham sent off in 98. It wasn't even a bloody quarter-final. It was the last 16 against Argentina. We lost on penalties. Oh, whoop-de shit. It's a massive event in the English national history. Argentina went out in the next round to that goal by Bergkamp. But they never even think about that game against England. But for us, we was robbed. Beckham, red card. You know, winners win. It's like fucking the prom queen. You know, that's what you do.
Many prom queens have you had a go of in your time, Goldbridge?
I've never been to a prom. So, I think Americans say it. Winners. I've heard it before. Winners go home with the prom queen. I don't know whether you have to fuck them. I just presume that's what you do when you maybe they just go home, have a hot chocolate, and have a good old chat about politics. But I always presumed going home with the prom queen meant you get your hole.
There you go. Proper Irish lingo.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. That's England. Not this year. We've caught the bouquet. We're getting married.
God, we as an Irishman, I've had to listen to 1966 my entire bleeding life, and heaven forbid you lads go and win the Euros. There'd be a whole, there'd be a big gap there. I mean, we spoke about Liverpool not winning the league for 30 years, and that hurt us. But a few
Imagine
guys.
If we win this, win the Euros. The World Cup's only in 18 months. We're going to do the double.
The English in Qatar, though. I mean, I can't see it happening with the weather. Let's be honest. That has South American winners written all over.
Kevin De Bruyne has got no chance, has he?
Oh, I mean, he looks like the most Irish, non-Irish man you'll ever see.
It's a good job you're shit because you'd have no chance in Qatar anyway.
Oh, I mean, I remember Steve Staunton.
You'll all be running around under umbrellas.
Do you remember Staunton at USA 94, even just waiting for he had to wear a baseball cap and all before when the anthems were being played.
I mean, I can't talk. I used to, when I was younger, I didn't mind a bit of sunbathing, but now I'm like, can't be doing with the heat.
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. My daughter went on a skiing trip with her school last year, and I said, look, you better go. Not last year, the year before. You better go on it because I'm never taking you anywhere cold.
I do think, though, England could probably dominate the world scene for the next decade. Starting with the Euros, World Cup in 18 months. You look at Greenwood's coming through, Foden's still young, Saka.
More international tournaments. That's what we need, according to you, Mark. Is it more of them? More of these
more
Nations
international
leagues?
Breaks. Yeah. Beware.
Champions League format needs to be readjusted.
We're definitely losing on Saturday night.
Can we not get a little invite to the Copa America as well while you're at it?
What's the capacity in Rome on Saturday? Does anyone know? Quarterfinals. I tell you what, Wembley today was 40,000 though, and it looks packed.
It was pure emotion when you've seen the release, particularly after the second goal.
Yeah, it's a massive difference, 25% to 50%.
25%, you might as well just not have anyone there. Be realistic. It's just, especially
there's only 12,000 here, isn't there?
It looks awful. It does. Not knocking Hampden or the Scottish people, but it just does not look great.
I tell you what, BJ, Boris Johnson, not the other one people think it is. BJ, we call him. Boris Johnson, not blowjob. He needs to open up Wembley for the final. If we get to the final, open the fucking lot. 80,000, Boris. And don't sell any tickets to the opposition. Let's absolutely screw them all over. Although, can I just say as an Englishman, I do not agree with booing the German national anthem. I said it before the game, and I'll say it now. I'm absolutely delighted they're out and they can shove their Audis up their arse, but I do not believe in booing the national anthem. I think it's petty, childish, and immature.
I think
come on, Ukraine. Come on, Ukraine. Oh, yeah! Zinchenko! Get in! Lovely stuff. Sit down. We want the Ukraine, the shit. Come on.
Good
It's all
strike.
going our way.
Keeper should have done better, but Zinchenko won't care. Mini Kevin De Bruyne there with the goal.
This is what we want. I'd rather play Ukraine. Oh, Renate's Swedish. Sorry, Renate. Take it as a compliment because I only don't want Sweden to win because you're better than Ukraine. I think the shot was too powerful here, Craig. I don't think the keeper could do anything from that.
Lovely outside of the foot pass to him as well. That's technique for you there, folks. Over the top of the ball, knee above it, keep it down, get it on target.
Nice spin on it as well. Look at the way he cuts across it. I think the keeper just can't get his hand down quick enough. Shamone!
He should have done better. The keeper. I mean, I'm not taking away from Zinchenko. He did everything right. You gotta get it on target.
It's good for the game that Ukraine score first as well because they are the underdog.
It's good for my accumulator as well.
What was your prediction for this game?
I didn't give a prediction. I went both teams to score. That's all I could see. I couldn't pick a winner. I really felt this was a 50-50. I think we could go all the way, though, with this one. I think we could be in it for another extra time.
Please subscribe, by the way, everybody. We've got nearly 10,000 watching. Smash a like on the video and subscribe. A bit of breaking news. We're on 448,000 subscribers. We've gone up massive over the last 2 days. The aim was 450 for the final, but it's
called the Holden effect.
It's called the England effect.
It's called the Holden effect. Let's be honest.
It's called it's coming home. Oh, keeper nearly caught out there.
Oof. Worth an effort, worth a pop.
From Seb Larsson. Everyone seems to know the score. They've seen it all before. But I still remember that tackle by Moore. And when Lineker scored, Bobby belting the ball. And Nobby dancing 3 lines on a shirt. I tell you what, every time England play in a tournament, I always listen to It's Coming Home. I didn't listen to it today. That's my new thing.
Yeah,
don't listen to it.
Got to be your new routine now.
I sang it in the shower.
Now, if you're gaff at 1 a.m. this morning, the neighbours won't be happy. Heaven forbid he finds out the neighbours are Scottish or Welsh. Woo!
Scooby-Doo!
Oh, sorry, Mark. I should explain. Neighbours are people that live next door to you. I know the hundreds of acres you own, that's a little bit different, but neighbours are people that are usually attached. Some people do. I know it's funny, isn't it? Some people do have houses stuck onto other houses.
You overrate my wealth, mate. If you're in this business for money, you're in the wrong business. Get a milk round.
I couldn't. Well,
I'm just in this for the fans. That's what I'm in it for. I'm a man of the people.
The only fans, or
I'm a man of the people. That's what I'm about. I've always said
I'm a man of the people who doesn't like people.
I've always said football's for the fans, and everyone's jumping on it now. Super League. Oh, this is good. This would be a great bit of positive media for you, Gary and Rio. No, I've been doing it for years, mate. I've always been about the fans.
So I saved football single-handedly. Me. It's important we remember that. Togdad taking all the credit for my work.
Scooby-Doo, says Vignesh Ram. Look at your views on your England watch-along. Let's have a look.
Oh, don't feed them. Don't feed the ego.
I've been asked to do this. Make sure you check out my match reaction, by the way, everybody. It's only had 72,000 views in an hour. But England versus Germany, Euro 2020 watch-along. So the closest million, how many views do you think it's had?
Don't care, mate. Couldn't give a shit.
1.2 million viewers.
And he's trying to tell you
you're on a channel.
He's trying to tell you he's not raking it in. Listen to this.
1.2 million viewers. 1.2. It's in the back system. 1.2. If you're just in public, you'll see 1 million. But I've got access to the back system. That's what she said. And 1.2.
That's what you wish. That's what we all wish she said.
Not 1. Yeah, we do. Not 1.2 thousand. 1.2 million viewers. Let's be honest. It was a good stream, and I've got to give a big thank out to those 1.2 million views because I was very tense. I was very tense, and if it wasn't for all the chat, I'd have been.
You know what he's doing here? He's counting up all the people in the fan parks and multiplying them by 25.
Gene says that's your record view on the channel, and I know, and it's funny, isn't it? Because it was just me on my own again. Apparently, United stands big because of everybody else. It's nothing to do with me. I'm just a dictator. It's got nothing to do with me.
Don't forget racist. Don't forget racist. You're also racist. Don't forget to add that in.
Wait, what's this all about? I thought he was my mate.
I'm just sticking the boot in. Somebody has to bring you back down to earth. 1.2 million.
I'm just having a laugh. As I said just before, I don't need some Super League thing to try and pretend I'm all about the fans. I've been doing it for 6 years. Football without the fans is, as we see, it's an empty stadium.
I won't lie, I remember when we were starting out Anfield Agenda, I was away for one game and somebody else did the Watchalong. And it was really early days, we're getting small numbers, but the person that was away, it was a great game and they had the record number for the views on the channel. And I was like a demon until I got that number back. I couldn't sleep knowing somebody else had higher numbers that they did my head in.
Money don't make my world go round. I'm reaching up to a higher ground.
You're going to learn some Ukrainian slang, just in case.
Voulez-vous? Aha! Aha! That's Swedish.
That's partridge par excellence. That's what that is.
It is. I did it on purpose. Take a chance, 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 take a change your mind. Come on, I want Sweden to score now because I just remembered about ABBA. There's loads of songs I know.
Mark, you don't want to fuck with the Ukrainians, by the way. Don't be winding them up.
I couldn't wind them up. I don't know anything about Ukraine.
Yeah, well, wrong.
Some people say that they're. No, I'm not going to do it simply for the reason you just said. I'm not messing around with Ukraine. Lovely place, never been. But yeah, it was Craig who said he's a Poundland De Bruyne, not me. I just said Zinchenko.
I didn't.
It was that one. It was him. If you're looking at the picture, it's him.
Yeah, but I look like they won't fuck at me. They know I'm an OG. You know what I mean? They can smell the toughness. I'm a double hard bastard, me.
Voulez-vous, voulez-vous, aha. Scottish sings ABBA. I can just say voulez-vous. Ooh, me tits are on fire.
Get in my belly.
Get in my belly. Voulez-vous, aha.
There is a game taking place, folks. It is 1-0 to the Ukraine as things stand.
Everything's going my way. Everything's going my way. I'll tell you what. I'd love to be the in-flight entertainment for the German plane back to Germany. Oh, I'd have the best hour of my life.
Locked in the cabin with the captains.
I'd get knocked out. They'd all be beating me up.
I love the way you've single-handedly taken all the credit for England's performance today. Well done.
Well, I think it's right. I think everybody knows it. I did say start Grealish. He came on and he won the game.
Football without fans is nothing, but it's all thanks to me.
You can actually see the point where Southgate stood on the sideline and he's like, he doesn't know what to do. And he has a big drink of his bottle of water, goes to his phone. I suspect he goes to That's Football or Twitter, sees what Goldbridge has said and said, Grealish is the key to this game, and turned around and go, get Grealish on.
I mean, I'd have a look in your inbox, check maybe the spam folders. There's probably a thank you message from the team in there somewhere.
But I do strongly refute from a position of strength this, you need to apologise to Southgate nonsense. Did Grealish not change the game?
Do you know what, mate? I have to give it to you today. You're in fine form. This has been enjoyable for me just to sit back and watch some of this. This is peak Goldbridge. I'll give you that.
I should be on Match of the Day right now, sitting. Neville, I say Neville, sit down. Lineker, sit down. Ferdinand, sit down.
You'd be on the wrong fucking show, mate.
Shiro. I'll get them all in.
There.
I don't care. ITV,
BT, come on.
ITV, shut up about his contract. He can sit down. Get Rooney in as well. Sit down. You don't know anything. I've got loads of caps and Premier Leagues. Shut up. I don't care about the Premier League. We're talking about international football. How many World Cups and Euros have you won? None. Right.
1.2 million views.
1.2 million views, right? Yeah. If you want any tips on that, I'll sort that out in a minute. Listen to this. I said we should play a back five. Shut up. Did the game change when Jack Grealish came on? But no, I don't want to talk about Nicky Butt. Did the game change when Jack Grealish came on? Well, did it? Yes. Right. Point proven. Don't ever doubt me again.
Where's my cut of the license fee? Come on.
Lineker, just know I could do your job better than you, and most of the nation knows it. You crisp eating Mr. Nice Boy who never got a yellow card. You know what? People like a bad boy.
Dodgy crisp eating, by the way. Dodgy crisp. Them Walkers are nonsense. You've lived in Ireland. You've tasted proper crisps.
Hunky Dories, Buffalo. Yeah, me and my wife love them. I need to try these Keo crisps anyway.
Oh, mate, I'll send you over a box. Don't worry. If you're willing to give out your address.
So, yeah, if you're crawling up... oh, shit, I've just changed the channel. The Good Life is on. And it's on here. The Good Life. How apt.
Welcome to The Good Life. 50 told me, go ahead, switch the styles up. And if they hate them, let them hate them. Watch the money pile up.
No woman, no cry. No woman.
Do us a favour when you take over the BBC. Can you get us a gig? Can you kick McGuinness off and get me a gig in Top Gear?
I've forgotten what I was going to say now. It was going to be really good. Yeah, so everybody else who's crawling up Southgate's backside, just remember, if you were a real one who said he's an idiot for not picking Grealish, you're actually right.
You defo have an applause sign in your living room, don't you? If when you say something, you press it in the family, all have to stand up and give a standing ovation.
No, I just think there's a lot of false praise going Southgate's way when actually everybody said his formation was crap and that he should have picked Grealish. And let's forget about the fact that Sterling was a big ball hogging shit on the left wing, went to the right wing and he turned into a Just Giving page. And Grealish on the left. The whole game changed. Oh, but we've all got to bow down to King Gareth. Grealish changed the game. It was 0-0. He did make good subs. I'll give him that. You know, I've got a club manager who doesn't know what substitutes are. Like against Villarreal in the final, he was turning around to Karaki going, "They're cheating, Karaki. What's all these new players coming on?"
Oh no, ref says good.
No penalty. I'd give him a new contract now because we are going to play in the final. You can't sack a manager who gets to the final, Craig, can you?
No, you can't, Mark. No, you can't.
You can't. To be honest, if quarterfinals, he wouldn't get the sack anyway.
He wouldn't get the sack no matter what happened. He's so far up the English FA's arse. He's never got the sack. He's
the perfect man. They love him. Safe Gareth. He's never going to shag the secretary. You know, he's never going to be with some fake.
You'd almost want to see him. You see a video of him doing coke off a table somewhere. Wouldn't you banging a group of strippers or something? You'd almost respect the man a bit more.
Yeah, he's not going to get done by some pretend sheikh for doing something dodgy. That like Sam. Big Sam did something dodgy, didn't he? That's why he got.
Yeah. Brown envelope, you know.
Yeah. He's not going to. You know, what did Hoddle do? Hoddle did something about saying that the disabled were something about, I don't know. It was,
Didn't he also have like psychics or something involved? Hoddle
yeah. But he said something ridiculous about past sins and stuff like that for the disabled. I mean,
I want to say the streets won't forget Iceland, mate. The streets will never forget the Iceland game. Never.
Was Southgate in charge for that?
Doesn't matter. Still the same country. Doesn't matter. We'll never forget it. So now, hang on, son. You're bigging up Southgate now.
I think it was Hodgson for Southgate. It was Hodgson and Gary Neville. Gary Neville was the assistant coach.
He had Kane taking corners. Said the forward out there taking corners.
Gary Neville's managerial career is nothing to write home about. Assistant manager to England when we got beat by Iceland, and we don't.
I've had longer holidays in Spain than he had at Valencia.
He's a very, very good pundit. Start spreading the news. Da 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 da. The Germans are leaving today. Well, at least they'll be able to get up early and put the towels on the
goal.
Oh.
Forsberg via deflection. I called this earlier on. I said to Connor, Emil Forsberg's having a cracking tournament. Big deflection on it, but Craig's accumulator is up. That's the big breaking news of the day.
Isn't that his fourth goal of the tournament as well?
Yeah, he's a decent player, Emil Forsberg. He really has. He's been at Leipzig a while. We've been linked with him going back to the Rodgers days almost. But yeah, I mean, I'd be interested.
Can I just say the most un-Swedish looking woman I've ever seen celebrating that goal there?
Is that off Isaac?
No. It's off the defender.
I thought the Tash might have had some magic powers there for a minute, but no, we're back to slagging it off again.
I think she was Scottish in a Swedish shirt.
There you go. 1-1.
It's definitely going to be England-Sweden in the quarterfinal. And I just know. Sweden have
the red-haired girl jumping up and down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more Swedish than she is.
Yeah, she's not Swedish. I'm not being stereotypical, but she's definitely not Swedish. Voulez-vous? Aha! Sweden have scored 1-1.
I'm just not being stereotypical. I'm just making random, widespread, vague statements that I believe are factual. Oh, look, he's back. He's back again. He's back on now. He's on YouTube Studio looking at the numbers again. 1.3 now.
It's funny, you said it the other day, that's football could take over United Stand, and I'm now thinking...
It will. I'm telling you. That's why, I joke and all, but I think there's something special to be done here. I really do believe that. I think, a couple of good personalities, bit of banter.
Do you know any?
No, I don't really. Do you know what I mean? Talk Dad seems like a nice fella.
Everyone seems to know the score.
I think I forced my way onto page 1 now of Goldbridge's list after my stupendous performances during the Euros.
You did well because we had a few people on for some of the group games, and now I'm sort of like, we'll just stick with what we've got. That's football is better than United Stand in the future, says Ray Dan Games. And Swedish immigration policy means anyone can play for Sweden.
Half time, ladies and gents.
That sounded very bitter, whoever that was from.
And also, we have no idea whether that's factually correct or not. We want to point that out.
They have got a very big, I don't know whether they've got a big immigration policy, but I know when I used to work in the police, there was a lot of Somalians who had come into the country who were Swedish. So there's obviously, I don't know if we've got any Swedish people in the chat. I know that we've got quite a big Somalian population in Birmingham. And
I'm someone that's really
Swedish,
really pro-immigration. I love it. I love the melting pot that Ireland's become. I love the new foods, the cultures, the music. I love it. I really do. I think we can.
Sound like David Brent. That's what I want. One big melting pot. It just sounds very David Brent there.
I'm intrigued. You've won me over.
Yeah. Isaac is East African, says Marvin AM. Oh, but you know what? I just don't. It's like booing national anthems. I just think it's so 20 years ago. We live in a diverse world now. When I lived in Ireland, I'll be honest with you, most of the people there were white. I didn't really see it. Coming over from England, I grew up in quite, well, I didn't really. There was a lot of white people and there was a lot of animals because I lived in the village. In a village, and but if you go into Nottingham and Leicester and places like that, it's always been quite diverse. But when I lived in Ireland, it wasn't particularly diverse. But then when I went back about 5 years ago, it changed completely in 15 years.
I'll never forget the first time I visited London. I was 17, I think. I came over with my mate, and we were in Stoke Newington, and obviously a lot of Orthodox Jewish people live in there. And I'd never seen an Orthodox Jewish person before in my life. You're right. Like Ireland, we've really only become this cultural melting pot in the past 20 years or so.
You tell you what I am, Craig. When it comes to diversity, you may as well say I've got an eye condition. I'm colourblind. I just don't. I just come one, come all. We're all equal now.
But some are more equal than others. He's going to say now with the English and the Euros. Go on. I'm leading you up to it.
The United Stand has got a very diverse viewing population. I often check the viewing numbers and also the demographics.
Also the AdSense.
Okay. You know what? Well, I'm not going to go into that, but I know certain people are obsessed with it. When's it going to end? Anyway, let's move on. Loads of people wouldn't have got that. I probably should have just said the name.
I loved about AdSense. One thing on that real quick was when Logan Paul was doing the Floyd Mayweather thing, and he said, look, I'm the one who arrived here in a helicopter. My Google AdSense payments is doing quite well. Thank you very much. You've got to give him that one. I thought was a good put down.
Has Vieira got the Crystal Palace job?
I don't know if it's confirmed, but yes, it's going to happen.
I don't know what I think about that.
Scott Parker as well to Bournemouth. I think Spurs genuinely missed the trick there.
Spurs missed a lot of tricks. They're a very crap magician.
Oh, I want to be on the Southgate next now. Watch. Oh, Gareth. Not there's a YouTuber that hasn't turned down the Spurs job yet. I know you've turned it down. I've turned it down. Even Matt Hayes turned it down. I think we've all had a phone call from Mr. Levy at this point.
It's coming home. Yes, I'm just basically sending messages out to everyone. Got some great news. Like my uncle's just replied, I've got some great news. Baby number 4. I went, no, it's coming home. I just like pissing people off. Like if you're Welsh or Scottish in my phone book today, you're getting bantered. Can't believe it. I did one just before I went live. John, who's Welsh, I went, just put in WhatsApp, can't believe it. And he went, what's going on? I went, it's coming home. He's not replied. He always replies really quickly as well. He'll be there going mad. It's coming home. We're definitely going to the final. 100%. We are. We're going to the final. Like I'm not.
When I think of what this stream could have been if you lost, I
wouldn't have said nothing. I just would have been, why are we doing it? What's the point?
Never wanted the Euros anyway. It's a shit tournament.
Apparently, Paddy Power are delighted. Well, 1.2 million views. What can I say? Rolex, where are you? I might say, if Rupert Murdoch's watching, I'm sort of thinking of focusing on That's Football now. United Stand might be available. Make me an offer, Rupert.
Are you not worried though? Like when we do the That's Football stuff, and if I come on board, people will see the class difference between me, who actually puts a bit of effort in and is funny, and you, who've been kind of getting away and blagging it for years because you were an early adopter of the technology. You must be worried. I'd say it does keep you up at night.
When you've got 1.2 million of the planet watching you watch a football match, I mean, there's not many million people in the world. That is 0.4% of the nation. I'm glad you've gone silent. It's mind blowing.
I don't know what to reply to that.
Really. But you know what? I'm all for helping out young talent.
I like that you call me young. I'll take it.
Yeah, but I think no. But what I'm talking about, I'm not talking about age here. I'm talking about like in relation to, I am wise and are amazing compared to you.
Oh no, I'm clearly the better host.
No,
that's not even up for debate.
You're definitely not.
It's clearly a thing.
You're hanging on my coattails for dear life, and I'm saying, look, Craig, I'll do all I can.
But I'll pay you. I'll do everything I can as long as
€5
not
is the max.
Financial.
That's what I'm going to say. €5. 10% of the Swedish population was watching you today, Mark. 1.2 million views. Full of it. Full of it.
When you get,
we're only having banter. We're only having banter.
2.5 million views when you get knocked out by Denmark.
Anyway, what have you got to remember? Told you before the show.
Here's where he wants me to say it's coming home. Go on.
It's coming home. Oh, they're showing the England goals again. I'll never get tired of this. Oh, it just makes me... It tell you what, it hits me right there. It hits me right there. I thought this was the last day of wearing it. I was saying to Jordan, he was like, why have you always... Every United Stand show, you've got your England tracksuit on. I'm saying, yeah, it cost me 70 quid. I've only had it 2 weeks. I can't wear it again. After.
Craig is the best. I was reading the chat out there, Mark. Sorry.
No, it wasn't that. It says it was Pratt.
Talking about Craig Burley again.
Yes, about Craig Burley. That was funny. Yeah, if you didn't see that the other day, somebody was slagging off Craig Burley. Craig thought they were slagging him off, and he got into a full-blown argument with them.
All toys out of the pram immediately.
Yeah, and then they said I'm talking about Craig Burley. He couldn't apologise enough. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So sorry.
It's funny.
That does not sound like you, actually. Look at that. Look at that. That's only half full. Look at all them English fans. Look at Prince William. He's loving it.
How many times could you have filled Wembley, Mark? Do the maths there. How many times? 1.2 million divided.
Yeah, but the sad thing is, I've been offered so many tickets. Look at this miss by Muller. Look at him. I was convinced he was going to score. I was like, oh fucking hell.
Oh, Mr. Germany, Mr. Reliability.
Yeah. It's Muller. Muller light.
Mullered it. It was a shocking miss.
Luke Shaw, Grealish. Oh, just brilliant. It's just so good.
I have to say, I should hate Raheem Sterling, but I actually do feel... I feel happy for the guy.
That's like a proper match. Look at all them fans. That's what Harry Kane can do as well. Boris, just open it all up. Get them all on. Get it open. You might get.
So, are you planning on having some type of festival in your estate and your grounds for the final? You know, Paddy Power putting on a Goldapalooza or something.
I'll be bloody. This is the bad thing. You know, when I used to go and watch England, I was talking about this to the wife this afternoon when we was watching Love Island. I said that. Remember when we were younger, before we had kids, and we used to go on holiday to Mallorca when there was we used to go on holiday for 2 weeks when there was a major tournament. Now, granted, England would get knocked out in the first week, but we'd go out, on the beach all day, reading our books, and then we'd go and have something nice to eat.
Typical English holiday. Go on, not spending a penny, miserable bastard. Go on.
A nice busy bar for the football.
Up at 6 o'clock, towels on the chairs.
Not a mobile phone in sight. Just enjoying the atmosphere.
Sandwiches wrapped by the pool and everything.
Luke Shaw, best left back in the world. Whoever said that, give yourself a big, massive Goldbridge handshake, virtual. High five. Best left back in the world. If you're on that, you know what? If you know your football, you're on that.
He's not fit to lace Andy Robertson's boots. I don't care what you say.
He's just a bloody Scottish Chilwell, he is. He's no better than Chilwell Robertson. He's not on the same path as Luke Shaw. But I have got quite big United fans, and I'm not talking about their weight. If people want to say that, that's up to them. But quite well-known United fans, not as big as me, but they're quite well-known, who even halfway through this season were saying Luke Shaw's positional sense is rubbish, he's overrated, blah, blah, bloody blah. What a load of shit. You don't know football. Go and sit down and eat whatever you're eating because you're talking out of your big, fat arse mouth. Luke Shaw is absolutely fantastic. Now, I'm not having the debate. I think I do rate Andy Robertson. I'm not having that debate. But what I am saying is there's a lot of United fans who treated Luke Shaw like he's at Weight Watchers trying to lose weight. That's what they used to say.
I will admit he was the best left back in the league this season.
Too many chips, too many this, too many that. I always said on the United stand, Luke Shaw's a really good left back because you know what? I've got an eye for talent.
You know, did you see Crouchy today, by the way? Full on 90s gear. Oh, it was brilliant.
Where did he find it? I saw that. I had that shell suit. I used to have that shell suit. And I'm like, brilliant. Where's he found one in that size? Because when he was in 1990, he wouldn't have been that big because he would have been about I think Crouch is younger than me. I had that shell suit when I was a youngster. It's coming home.
Looked well.
It's coming home.
Sweden as a strong team should win the Euros, said Ranji.
No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. No. I remember when we used to sit in the government yard in Trench Town. You can talk. I can keep singing Bob Marley if people want me to, but and then Georgie would make the firelights.
Hypocrites. And
a log would burning through the night. Oh, no woman, no cry.
I was going to burst into an Elversa, come on out your blackened hands there, but I thought I'd better say nothing. I'll just sit back here and say nothing.
Sing sweet. Well, it's 1-1 in this game.
Oh, there's a game on. Oh, yeah. It's 1-1.
The winner takes it all, I'm tempted to say, with a bit of Swedish ABBA, but the winner takes sod all. The winner takes sod all, because England's standing tall. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Vindaloo.
I'm beginning to remember why we all hate England so much now. It's coming back to me.
I actually did say to everybody that if England won, I would be insufferable for at least, well, all the way till a week on Sunday, really. That's the next time we might lose, because we're definitely going to get to the final now. Hashtag deal with it. To be fair, Denmark as underdogs could shock us in the semi-final, but we're definitely going to get that way. Renate Swedish, he says, can it be that Southgate played defensive to slow Germany down and then get Grealish on fresh to win the game? Don't give him any credit, Renate. He just realised he's got to get Grealish on. Shaw was very good today in his overall, but the joke about him buying the United staff gift hampers for Christmas, but then he ate them all was funny. But that fattest. You're just a fattest, Luke Jones. And I hate any ist. Fattest, racist, shopping list. I hate them all. I'm a freestyler. I don't have a shopping list.
Drop a microphone.
Do you go to a freestyler? Do you go to the shops with... Who goes to the shop with a shopping list? Not creative.
I think the shopping lists are definitely done in my house, mate. Definitely make a list. 100%. My dream is... I'm a man of mere dreams. A couple of things in life. One, I want new socks and underwear every day. Throw them in the bin when they're done. And two, not have to worry about what goes in the shopping basket. That's it. That's all I want from life.
I've got to apologise to someone in the chat. Norwegian. Renate is Norwegian. Norwegian. I've created a new country there. She's Norwegian, not Norwegish. She's Norwegian. Second half has kicked off. I'm just going to get a beer.
Peter Griffin.
I hate chemists as well. I hate any ist. Chemists. Yeah. Anything else with an ist on it?
I'm just going to stand here, sit and wave to everybody. Is this the way to Amarillo? Every night I've been hugging my pillow. I don't know what else to do here. I haven't been allowed to really talk, folks, during this one, so I'm doing my best. I'm trying to keep him in check as much as I can, but let the man have his moment is what I'm saying to myself. Environmentalists, a few more ists. We can move along here. What are we thinking about the game here, folks? Because I think we're going all the way with this one. I really do. There's no point in asking me to sync, mate. I'm with RTE, and their clock is all over the shop. It's all kinds of madness. You think they could get a clock right, but apparently it's too much to ask. Oh, no, yeah, we're definitely anti-terrorist as well, mate. We've got to get that one. You look like you're funny. I'm bleeding hilarious, mate. I'm tons of fun in every sense of the word. Pianists, yes. Big up, Craig. Thank you very much, sir. Get a wig. Why? Your mother likes me this way. She likes the look that I have. I don't need a wig. I make your mother very happy just the way I am, sir. Call me daddy if you want, although I'm not going to force it upon you, young man. Do you know what I mean? Do. Buddhist, yes. I do look like I should be a Buddhist, don't I? I mean, I do look like, what's the dude's name? The Buddhist dude. I do look like him. I'll give you that one. Do I support Everton? Do I fuck? Is it true you're quitting? I don't know if that was aimed at me or you, Mark. There's a very goodist here for you, Mark. Narcissist.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate narcissists.
Somebody said, is it true you're quitting? And I gather it was probably aimed at you.
In what?
I don't know. Someone just put in the chat, is it true you're quitting? I don't know any context.
No. Friday.
Lock Mark up and let Craig run the channel.
Friday, Switzerland against Spain at 5 o'clock. Belgium against Italy at 8 o'clock. Czech Republic at Denmark at 5 o'clock on Saturday. And then England against one of these jokers at 8 o'clock on Saturday night. And then the quarterfinal, England will be in the semi-final on Wednesday at 8 o'clock.
Just so that people can be reminded, when's the final, Mark?
Sunday. Keep it free if you're English. Sunday the 11th of July. England against someone.
Could even hit the 2-0 there at one point, mate. Could even hit the 2-0.
Oh, it's not about the numbers for me. It's just about the interaction and the chat. That's what it's all about. But I do feel that this side of the draw is a little bit boring now. I think the Belgium and Spain and Italy side is really interesting to see who's going to play England in the final. But, barring a miracle, it's England in the final now.
Should just start a petition, put it the UEFA, have them just cancel the rest of this side of the draw.
But you know what? Everyone's had a long, hard season. I think there should be a vote. Do Denmark, Czech Republic, Sweden, Ukraine, do they just want to go home now and have an extra week and a half holiday? I tell you what, England-Denmark would be a good semi-final, though. I would be nervous about that.
I can imagine you would be, and for good reason, because, they're a good side to Danes. They really are.
That's frothed up.
It's what happens when you run out and fill your Corona bottles with Dutch Gold, mate. It's what happens.
Don't need to do that. Those days are gone.
It's not about the money, though.
I tell you what, next time I'm in Ireland, I'm going to have a big beach party in Malahide. It's not all going to
have it somewhere nice like Killiney or something, no?
Yeah, Malahide. I'm not going to... It's where I used to live for 3 years. And it's going to be like, come down to Malahide Beach at 7 for 7:30 and let's have a few cans of Dutch Gold. And I'm going to do... I'll all stand on a hill and you can all sit down below the hill and I'll just do an impromptu United stand. People will be there filming it on the phones going, God, he can do it without a camera and everything. Yeah, I can talk shit anywhere.
And he'd be telling everyone there's 1.2 million and everything.
You can still do your super chats, though. You can do these. I'll have
like Donald Trump at his inauguration. Oh, it's the biggest one anybody's ever seen. There's people everywhere, as far as the eye could see. Couldn't move on Malahide Beach. Have you seen Big Beach Boutique with Fatboy Slim? It was basically that.
Ross Gunn says he remembers his first beer. And Ben White, Sky Sports, 1.2 million, says Havids. Mark, the Grealish and Luke Shaw connection is absolutely beautiful to watch. Imagine they played together at United. I would take Grealish over Sancho. That was from James Cook. Grealish should be wearing a Man United shirt. Biggest mistake the Glazers ever made.
Actually, funnily enough, the two players in Kane and Grealish that have both been linked with City, I always thought would have ended up at United. I always thought both of them would have ended up at United.
We know the score, we know the game, we know the score. You know what I mean? Voulez-vous? Aha!
Oh, they want you to sync, Mark, because, I just refuse to because of RTE and all. Maybe if I send him a tweet, he'll reply, ladies and gentlemen. You know the people that it's all about, mate. The audience, the numbers, part of the 1.2 mil. They want you to sync there for them. Not sing, sync.
Sync. Let me sync. 52, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 52 minutes and 35 seconds. I am on Twitch tonight at 11. I sort of wish I wasn't, but I am. I'm contractually obliged to do that. It'll be good. It'll be a good chat. I'm going to have another beer. Why not? You only live once.
For those of you that can't watch, the highlights are going to be, it's coming home, 1.2 million, Grealish, Southgate, Robin 11. Have I got it right? That's pretty much going to be the highlights.
I reckon I could coach England better than Southgate. I do. Call me arrogant, but I do. Because all his team does is bloody play slow, play fast, pass and move, pass and move. Good shot from distance there. I'm actually not drunk. I'm just chilled. If you say what you see, see it. Say it.
I'm going to actually watch this Euro wrap up because God knows what state you'll be in by that point. This could be hilarious. I mean, some of your favourite videos of mine have been the walking home from the pub ones.
Oh, yeah. People are like, why don't you do them more? I don't actually go out that much.
I'd like to do videos. How do I put this without landing myself in a whole world of trouble? I don't drink, but the way that I unwind, I'd like to do videos when I'm in that particular mindset. But Connor won't let me.
Yeah, I got banned from doing it on the United Stand. I used to do it. I used to in the early days of United Stand, you've got to be a real hardcore TUS Army member to know this. Oh, he's at the post.
Oh,
Ukraine. This has got extra time written on it,
I did say that to you at the start. I think we could be gone all the way here.
No,
I hate stadiums like that, by the way, that have a big gap behind the goal to the stands, running tracks around them. Can
you remember Stamford Bridge when they used to have cars parked behind the goal?
Yes, and then they had the big hoarding up for ages as well.
What was I going to say? I forgot what we were talking about with her.
That reminds me of the Zenith Data Systems Cup for some reason. When you said that, I don't know why, but it came into my head. The Commodore as well on the shirts.
They did, yeah. When I used to work in like banking and stuff, you used to finish at like 4 o'clock on a Friday. We always used to go to the pub, but most people would be doing stuff at the weekend. So you'd just blast a few beers at 4 o'clock and it'd be like, you'd be done by 6, but you'd feel a bit pissed. And I'd go live on the United Stand at 6 o'clock on a Friday and I'd be pissed. And it'd just be me gabbling on for about half an hour on my walk home. And I basically got banned.
The policing I can absolutely forgive you for, but the banking, I don't know if I can ever forgive you for working on that industry,
they get the post now. Forsberg.
Oh.
Foot of the post. You guys going to watch the McGregor fight in a couple of weeks? Part 3 of a trilogy should be good. I am going to watch it. I just hate getting up early.
I'll still be wide awake at that point.
TJC.
Got to bed.
I do like UFC, but I just find staying up that late really hard, or getting up that early.
You want to come to the Joshua fight with me? I'm going to try and get over to fight Usyk, August, September at Wembley. No, at Spurs Stadium, sorry.
What time will that be?
I'll be a normal time, like probably 10 o'clock ring walk. I mean, I'd love to go over to Vegas. If he fights Fury in Vegas or in Saudi Arabia, I'd genuinely love to go over to it. That's a once-in-a-lifetime thing, that fight. Somebody else used to have my dream job, by the way. He used to do the boxing stuff for JD Sports. Doesn't do it anymore. But it would have been one of my dream gigs.
One of your mates?
No, definitely wouldn't call him a mate, no.
What did you say to lead into that? That would...
Somebody I know, I think, maybe.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah. The Posts are undefeated in this game, says Brian.
Do you know, here's an interesting fact for you. Maybe it's interesting, maybe it's not. Do you know if you bet on the woodwork to be hitting a game of football, that it only counts if the ball comes back into play? So if it hits the bar and goes over, one payout, only has to come back into play.
Are you a bit of a gambler?
Yes, I am. Very much so. But what I will say is I started 7 years ago and I put €100 into an account and I've never gone back to it. I've taken the €100 out, but I've never added any more money to it. So I treat it like
quite good then.
I treat it like a business. I don't go for the glory bets of 10 to 1, 15 to 1 shots. I try and keep things around even.
I must admit, I think most people have had a dabble. I did sort of look at it like that, as like I was gonna, not put much in and make money, but it's never worked out like that for me.
Oh, good ball in, good defending. It's really weird though, because until my mum died, I'd never even set foot in a bookies in my life. And do you know what? I still really haven't set foot in the bookies, but yeah, I've never really was a betting person. My dad wasn't a betting person or anything like that, so I don't know why. Maybe it was boredom. It does. I do like a little punt to make things more interesting, particularly around the darts. I love a bet in the darts. Have you been to any darts events?
I used to do like accumulators and that, and I found that the only time I've really had a massive interest in the lower leagues was when I used to put a bet on.
See, that's where I think people go wrong. They look for the 12, 15 to 1 shots. I like to keep things around even money, But it's crap when you're starting out and you've got like £100 and you're sticking a tenner on even money. But when you get to the point where you're sticking 100 or £200 on even money, the payouts are all right. Now, always gamble responsibly, of course. But have you ever been to a darts event, a live darts gig?
I got invited to one a few years ago and I said I'd rather watch paint dry. But actually, I think I wouldn't mind it now.
It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Like, I'm not a drinker and I still have great crack at them. It's brilliant.
There is a United Stand show tonight. Yep, seen a few people asking about that. 10 o'clock tonight, unless this goes to extra time, of course. Lovely ball into Isaac. He's missed it. He was offside anyway.
We'll give you 30 million from now.
Yeah, I think I do like Isaac. I think he's a good player, but I think he might be being overhyped a bit.
It was very close, that, but
yeah, I want Ukraine to win, Noah, because they're not as good as Sweden.
Ukraine actually have one of the greatest female UFC fighters of all time, in Valentina Shevchenko. She is an absolute warrior. I know you like a little bit of UFC, you were saying earlier on.
Yeah, I do. The trouble with UFC is a bit like boxing. It can be over quite quickly, isn't it?
Yeah, imagine you paid serious money for that McGregor-Aldo fight all those years ago. Like, travelled over and all to it, and then 13 seconds, bang, one punch, night-night.
Auf Wiedersehen to any Germans.
You're old enough to remember Auf Wiedersehen, Pet, as well. Great show.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
That's a brilliant show. I think Sweden are going to nick this on, I think, a normal time.
Yeah. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. I'm going to do it in German as well. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. If you can't take it, don't give it. That's my motto. Scooby-Doo.
He says,
Iron Road.
afraid to let Jordan anywhere near the channel.
Come on now.
Oh.
Have it. He only wants to come on when England lose. He's in for a long wait. Oh, Ukraine. Oh, what's that? Crap. The game is opening up a little bit, though. What's the name of the game? Does it mean anything to you? Yeah, it's definitely happening, isn't it, Craig?
Yes, Mark. What might that be, sir?
It's coming home. It won't get boring. Mark, do you think Chelsea Haaland transfers are going to happen? No, but I tell you what I do think is going to happen. It's coming home.
You're going to be paying like these ads you see at the bottom of Sky and all. You know, these real like clickbait. You won't believe what this Irish person did to, and then you click on it and it's Goldbridge. It's coming home.
Yeah. Oh, I've just realised I've wasted this chat tonight. Sage says, Mark, as Sancho's going further in the Euros, will we see his signing centre-back before Sancho? I'm not sure, but what we will see, it's coming home. There's no way Sweden. The only way Sweden are beating England is by parking the bus and going to penalties. We've got Sanchez, Paul Pogba, and Fred. Marcus Rashford is Manc born and bred.
All right, now there's only so much shit I'm willing to take, and we'll park the bus here at the United songs.
We're on the march to Southgate's army. We're going to Wembley. And we'll really shake them up. Don't go and get any Liverpool stuff. I'm singing about England now. It's not about club football. Yeah, that's not the Euros. None of that. Not interested in that. The Euros. I'm only interested in the Euros. That's the European Cup, not the Euros.
6 of them, mate. 6 of them. All right, 60.
20 Premier League titles.
No. That's incorrect.
20 titles.
See, football was not invented in 1992.
Yeah, good job for you because you've only won one. We've won, I think we've got 13, haven't we? 13 Premier League titles.
So you only measure success with these bad boys, mate. You know what I mean?
What are you talking about club football? This is the Euros. And I've told you before, it's coming home. Everyone seems to know the score. They've seen it all before. They just know. They're so sure. I can't decide who I want in the final. That's the only game I'm worried about. Who do you think's the final going to be against England? Belgium, Spain,
Pasta or paella? Can't decide.
I don't rate Belgium. I'm not worried about them. And I've got a strong...
Belgium will rip you apart.
No, they're shite. Their defence is Jurassic Park. And I'm pretty sure... I think De Bruyne and Hazard are injured as well.
I don't understand how Witsel, by the way, is rated so highly as he is. That's one thing I'll say about the Belgians. I don't understand how he's... I don't like him at all. He just looks like another Fellaini type player to me. Oh, good stop.
Belgium update. Hazard and De Bruyne are injured, but will stay with the squad, even though neither are expected to be 100% for the Italy game. Eden Hazard and Kevin De Bruyne will stay with Belgium's squad, but neither is expected to be 100% fit for Friday's quarterfinal.
Who have they got in the quarterfinal?
Italy.
Oh, that's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
That's going to be a very good game.
But no, I don't rate Belgium. I think Italy or Spain in the final will be difficult. What a shit shot that is. Bloody hell. Can't wait for this to end with English tears. Not going to happen. I noticed whenever Mark makes football predictions, the opposite happens. So now I'm confident England's going to lose the next round. Like the Mbappe penalty, says Yankee. Yeah, but a lot of this is reverse psychology.
Will you accept the WhatsApp request from Southgate if it comes in?
He's already got it. That's why I changed book Grealish on. I said, I've got 1.2 million views here. If you don't want a world of pain, get Grealish on. He was like, who do I take off? I said, mate, I'll let you choose that, but just get him on. I'm not telling you again. Your waistcoat's not going to save you now. Your M&S brand deal's gone. No one will touch you. Now, if you get sacked, you'll be lucky to get a job at Accrington Stanley now. Do it.
Get Grealish on or we'll be back in Pizza Hut again. Come on, get it done.
No, I mean, England, on a serious, England have to get to the final now. I said this about Germany and England. You've got to get to the final now. Denmark could knock them out. Of course they could. It's funny about Denmark, though, because I do like Denmark. But, yes, that is good. But...
Are we going to expect a little Goldbridge in 9 months?
Nah. I'll be in the spare room tonight. She won't let me in the room tonight.
Singing, even in his sleep, he'll be singing, interviewing himself. He's not Terry. Let me tell you, Terry, it's coming home.
It doesn't stop just because I'm not live. I'll still be winding everyone else up. I'll go and wake the kids up in a minute. Guess what? It's coming home. Oh, what a hit! This Forsberg. Forsberg's on fire for the Swedish. Everything that happens because of them. He's a bench player for Leipzig. Axel Allen says the best. Who's your favourite Swede that's played for United, Mark? It's not Lindelof.
It has to be Henrik Larsson.
Yeah.
I know he wasn't there for long, but
to be fair, Blomqvist I think was Swedish. I did like Blomqvist. Jesper Blomqvist played in the Champions League final. See, this is what I mean. People jump too soon. It's got to be Blomqvist. Henrik Larsson was a bit part player for 3 months. Jesper Blomqvist was part of the 99 team.
But Henrik Larsson, that's a footballer.
Put some fucking respect on his name.
What a player Larsson was.
See, people are even saying Zlatan. Nah, we didn't win the league. We won the league with Larsson. We won the treble with Blomqvist.
There's a stream I'd pay to watch.
What?
You and Zlatan. I'd pay to watch that. You interviewing him.
Yeah, that would be a hard one, I think. I think me and Roy Keane would be brilliant as well.
I don't think he'd be anywhere near as brave as you think he'd be in front of Roy Keane.
Me?
Yeah.
I probably know more about his career than he does, to be fair.
I did mean that. I mean, you wouldn't be bold. I mean, he strikes the fear of God into me as well.
I actually would. Did you watch my interview with Paul Ince? I wasn't intimidated.
Paul Ince is a pussy cat.
Nah, he's not.
Look, any man that
Teddy Sheringham. I tell you who was intimidated. Teddy Sheringham was really was quite intimidating.
I'd well believe that. To be fair,
I wasn't intimidated because I know a lot about football. This is where it helps me. Like, if somebody was like 19, they wouldn't know anything about his career, and I think they would be intimidated because I know a lot about their career. I feel like I can woo them. Is Isaac a bit hyped? No, I do like Isaac, but he's not as good as everyone thinks.
I'd be absolutely raging if Liverpool paid €70 million for him. I would be fuming.
No, he's not. And I keep saying this: the international football, whilst it's very enjoyable, it's not. It's totally different to the intensity that you get in the Premier League. International football is slower than domestic football. I hope someone fucking wins this. I do not want extra time, but I tell you what, I did predict this would go all the way to extra time. I knew this would be the most boring game of the knockout stage.
I think there's a winner.
Yeah, some people were saying Sweden are the dark horses. They're not.
Surely the only dark horse really left has to be Denmark.
Wow, you know what? Switzerland were very good.
They were very good. Very efficient.
I'd love them to knock out Spain.
It's hard to say that going to any game now as an underdog, really, isn't it? After that performance against France, and a France that turned it on in the second half as well.
When France were 3-1 up, that was it. It was over. They're probably still in their hotel now thinking they're through. No, Lindelof's not the captain for Sweden. Anthony Alanga's in the under-21s. Isaac is just a poor man's Ahmad, says Sam. Yeah, but Ahmad's a winger. Ina says this is a cracking game. I suppose when you've invested so much time in it's coming home videos that this is just an anticlimax. But it's probably not a bad game. Czech Republic of the Dark Horses, Italy odds on, says Martin B. I don't think Italy were at the start. I tell you what, talk about group of death, group of prats. Talking about betting. I wonder how much money, what odds you would have got for the group of death, which was Hungary, Portugal, France, Germany. I wonder what odds you would have got to say they'll all be gone before the quarterfinals.
I think you'd be quite a wealthy fella if you took a few quid on that.
Because they have all gone.
That's a very good shout, yeah. That's a very good shout. That is a very interesting indeed.
And all deservedly gone as well. None of them have been unlucky. And also they should all be. I think Southgate made a rare good point. He said about Germany, the thing is that they'll be better prepared than us because their group stage was so competitive. They'll be a lot more, warmed up, really.
Bar one game in this tournament, they didn't really show up too much, did they, Germany? They opened up against Portugal, but apart from that...
I actually thought they played really well against France, but obviously France just got the away goal. They were good against Portugal. I was stunned he didn't start Gnabry and he went with Werner. I think when Gnabry played against Portugal, that was the best they played. And
all I can think of is that he was thinking, well, Werner is used to not scoring against players in the Premier League, so...
Come on, Ukraine. It's it. Yeah, Muller probably wasn't fit, to be fair. He was carrying a bit of an injury.
What has happened to Leroy Sané, by the way?
I always really rated him.
I would have loved him. When he signed for City from Schalke, I was kind of raging we weren't in from.
Yeah, Gundogan was injured, I think. Somebody just said he didn't play Gundogan, Milo. England are the dark horse. Well, England should be the dark horse. England can't be favourites. We've not won anything since '66, and that's the only time we did. To say England are not the dark horse is really unfair. We've never been in a bloody Euros final. Somebody was telling me that.
Can you even count 66 though? Really?
Cool.
I don't like when you win tournament on home soil. I don't think it's fair. At least in this, you'll get to play in Rome and stuff like that. But I don't like it. I don't like it. Same with France. I don't.
You're talking out your hairy ass.
I don't rate it as much. But
98 was in France.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't rate that either.
No, you're talking nonsense.
It's like Real Madrid.
You're talking nonsense.
13 Champions Leagues. The first 5 of them shouldn't count.
You're talking nonsense. You're talking nonsense there, Craig.
Scousers now? No.
Yeah.
No, it's...
I think big international football...
Calm down.
Calm down. Look, at the end of the day, Gary, Gary, you're talking nonsense. I think big international football competitions are a lot purer, though. Doesn't have all the big money contracts, just pride and football excellence is the contrarian. No, it definitely...
And don't forget the insurance claims for when the player gets injured in the club. Sues the FA.
Just because it's played at Wembley doesn't mean that it doesn't matter.
I didn't say it doesn't matter. I said it doesn't count.
It does.
Shouldn't.
To me, it makes no difference. I'll take anything. It's coming home. It's coming. Let's get to 10,000. It's coming. Football's coming home. Me, my mum, my dad and my gran were off to Waterloo. Me, my gran, my mum, my dad, and a bucket of Vindaloo. Ding, 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 ding.
As soon as that
Vindaloo.
game ended today, my head went
Vindaloo.
straight back to the conversation we had about, remember the young lad and his dad going into the lift going, 2 World Wars and 1 World Cup. As soon as that was over today, my brain went to there going, that young lad
I
would be
wouldn't
happy.
sing that because it's inappropriate.
But it is factually correct.
Yeah, but I don't need any of that shit. I don't need that. I just say, sit down, Germany. You lost. You're arrogant.
Mark, have you heard the breaking news?
What? It's coming home.
Set you up there and everything.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Let's have a look at some of the hate on Twitter. I'd love to fuck the face off Mark Goldbridge. I don't know whether that's a compliment or a hate thing, really.
It sounds very rough, though, mate, to be honest. Whatever it is, it doesn't sound enjoyable.
Kane sets up the first goal and scores a brilliant second goal, and Goldbridge is talking about Luke Shaw. Mate, you're a thick cunt. Oh, I hate that word, Craig. That's your influence.
That definitely is my influence.
That's not off the live chat. That's off Twitter, by the way. So, Kane sets up the first goal. Are they thick or shit or what? Luke Shaw put the cross in, you dozy twat. Come on.
You can't use facts on Twitter. It's not allowed.
I've upset Leeds and Man City fans because I said that Phillips was shit.
Did you really say that?
I didn't think he played very well.
I thought he did play well. I'll be honest. From a neutral's perspective, I thought Calvin Phillips played well. I thought everybody played well.
I've got to be honest about Leeds. I couldn't give a shit if Leeds fans don't like me. I sort of take that as a badge of honour. I think I've been quite fair with Leeds recently. Oh, Jordan. I knew I'd find a tweet. Retweet it. Follow me on Twitter and retweet my last one. Mr. Sitter. Yeah, you can get, there is, you know those Ladybird books, Mr. Men? Like you get Mr. Happy, Mr. Tickle. There's now got one which is for Thomas Muller, Mr. Sitter.
Well, I like that. I'll give you that one, Mr. Goldbridge. Well played.
I nicked it off Twitter.
Doesn't matter. It's the influence. You know what I mean? This is what happens. This is what Fabrizio does. Takes the news off somebody else, passes it off as his own, points in.
There's a lot of good stuff on Twitter that would never get mainstream awareness if I didn't nick it. That's what I say.
That's how
there's some very angry people on Twitter tonight.
That's very unlike Twitter, Mark. Angry people on Twitter, you say? That's very un-Twitter-like.
Goldbridge is a cunt and all this.
I feel like I'm going to get hate by association here, by the way, and I'm just Mr. Nice, me.
God, it's amazing how quick stuff can get clipped as well, because somebody's already took me doing the CUNT word, which I hate. I hate that word. I
say it about 20 times a stream on my channel.
I know some,
and I won't ever apologise for it, ever. I love it. It's my favourite word.
I hate it.
But you know us Irish have a special relationship with that word. Some people don't get that. You will get it because you lived over here. Granted, you don't like it, and I accept that and appreciate that, but we can use it as a term of endearment.
Oh, well, you know, the thing about hate is that
you get a lot of it.
Yeah, I get a lot of it. But also, I'm like, when your team wins, if you're not allowed to give everybody a load of shit, what's the point? Like, United have lost a lot of games in the last 8 years, and I get it absolutely rammed all the time.
Mate, you would have an idea. When I went on and did my I can't believe United lost 6-1 to Spurs rant, laughing at you, poking fun. We're not going to concede 6 today.
You never should have done
that. But as you said, that's part of the fun. I appreciate the banter I get back because I enjoy it. I genuinely feel that you don't cross the line, and you don't cross the line a lot of the time as well. But that's the fun. That's what we do it for. That is the banter is the fun. I love the creativity of people. I love the way they clip up stuff and make us look like fools, and put us in, like, the Monica 7 from Friends. I was clipped up into that video. I love that stuff. I love people's creativity.
Yeah, creative banter's fine. It's just the vile stuff.
I mean, I've been told I'm going to be hung from lampposts if I ever set foot in Liverpool. But there again, you know the honesty though, Mark. These will be the first people up for you asking you for a picture.
Yeah, probably. Which I'm always happy to do. This is going to extra time, Craig. I told you.
Well, I would say there's 8 minutes to go, mate, but I don't know what the actual time is because I'm on RTE time.
We're on 87 and 22 seconds. What are you on?
82nd minute and 23.
No, we are. We're on 82 and 40 now. They're just doing it for the laugh. Even though I'm an Arsenal fan and you do banter us, I still love you, Mark. Well, that's the sort of fan I respect, actually. Because if you're a Leeds fan or an Arsenal fan or a Man City fan, they're probably the fans that do me the most harm.
I actually have so many lovely United and Everton fans that I have great fun with in our chat as well. And they're like, two biggest rivals, and there's always just a small amount of arseholes, isn't there, in every fan base, including my own Liverpool fan base, the same. But I think most people, realistically, football's an emotional thing. I stay off Twitter after Liverpool lose for at least a couple of hours.
Derek makes a good point. This is marginally more boring than the England game. I must apologise. I do actually think if you weren't English, that was probably a very crap game to watch. But this is it. This is basically England. I can't remember the last time England played well in a tournament. But obviously, you enjoy it. It doesn't matter how crap a game is, because you're emotionally invested. You don't really notice how crap the game is.
My answer to any of that would be, whatever you think about the game, just look at the impact it had on the people inside that stadium with the result, and look at the kids that are going home happy today. And that
reminds me, actually, I got a message from somebody. Like, there's a lad who comes on the United stand, and on Twitter he's quite gobby, Alex, and just throwing him under the bus now. I don't know whether you noticed it when the game was on. I noticed it when I was doing the watch-along. There was a German guy, and he had a daughter on his lap, and she was crying. And this guy from the United stand basically took the picture and tweeted and went, I don't know what the words were, but to a certain extent it was like, "What are you crying for, you silly somebody? We've had plenty of that through our life," which is, in fact, it's factually incorrect, because she's only about 6 and she would have no idea about 96 or 90 or anything like that. So somebody messaged me quite rightly and said, "Look at this, it's inappropriate." And it is inappropriate, but it's, I'm sure.
Yeah, look, you never want to see any child upset, of course not.
Twitter will deal with that person, and I've tweeted stuff before that's completely innocuous, and then people will turn it into something that it never was in the first place. But to be fair, I saw her crying, and what I said in a nicer way was, it's never nice to see a child crying, but to be honest with you, you are German, and over the years, it's been the other way.
Come here to me, love. Look, let me just tell you.
It's character building.
It's coming home, love.
It's only, come here. But it's only the last 16. We probably won't win the tournament. The great thing about the Germans is that they actually go and win a lot of things, and you will win things again.
And at least they get rid of Mr. Scratch and Sniff now.
Yeah, he's gone now, isn't he?
Yeah, they get the Hansi Flick in now. They want Klopp, though. They really want Klopp. I mean, as a Liverpool fan, I love how much the Germans want Klopp to take over the national team and know that we have him.
I think Germany were better than I thought they were going to be in this tournament, to be fair.
They won the Battle of the Kits, though. We admit that. That black kit was special.
Yeah. I wouldn't buy it now because it's been worn by a crap team that went out in the last 16, but I do like it. But you'd look at it. The thing is, my mate who's Irish, he was like, "Oh, I'm thinking about getting it on Saturday," and I was like, "I do really like it, but obviously I can't buy it because if they beat us, I can't buy it, and if they go out, they're a shit last 16 team." There's no, you couldn't walk that right. You know, if you walk around in Dublin now with that top, you'd look an idiot.
I see. People often pull me up on this. The only thing I won't do is wear another Premier League club shirt. But outside of that, if I like a shirt, I'll buy it. Have you seen the Seattle Sounders purple Jimi Hendrix shirt for this season?
No.
Have a little Google of it if you get a chance, and give me your opinion. I think it's one of the nicest football shirts of the past 20 years. It is stunning.
1.25 million now. You can watch my match reaction to the England game on this channel. Actually, please subscribe. We're getting really close to 450. I'm sort of like, let's hit 450 way before. Let's do it before the semi-finals.
It's the hold-on effect.
Not sure, but you know, I'm not an ego man, so I don't mind. You know,
I'm just 1.25 man. That's all. That's what I am.
Well, I hear this all the time. Oh, you know, people leave the channel because they're too big. You know, they're the reason it's big. Yeah, okay. Check out That's Football, and then sit down.
Got WhatsApp open there.
Get a big, comfy cushion and sit down.
Have a look at that if you have WhatsApp open.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Isn't that gorgeous?
To be honest, it's not really my cup of tea.
I love it. It looks like a big Quality Street purple one.
Yeah. But that's the thing about kits, isn't it? See, to me, it's okay, but it wouldn't get me excited.
I love it. I think it's beautiful.
I do like the Germany one. I like it even more now. I'm thinking of getting one and then getting 2-0 as the sponsor across the front in gold. Yes. This is genius.
Do you know what I wish we could get more?
Go on, please score. You bloody idiot. Why didn't he hit it first time? We're going to extra time now, you bloody dick.
I wish we could get... See the way they have the numbers printed on the front of the shirt?
Yeah.
In America, if you want to buy a football shirt and that, you go into the shop, you can get it printed on like that, but we can't get it over here. I'd love it like that.
Why did he not hit that first time?
Shit the bed, didn't he?
And he's smiling about it. Swivel
that
on
drives
it.
me mad, mate. Sadio Mane does that all the time, and I'm screaming at the television. I'm not silent. I'm not smiling, Sadio, am I? No.
I don't know why he just didn't hit that first time. It's like Harry Kane earlier. I'll tell you what, Harry, it's a good job we won today.
Well, let's just read Daniel's comment. No, mate, we don't need him on. He's got the best Liverpool fan on right now. There is anything else is just a letdown from this point, so stop with the silliness. The A team is here now.
Go on. No. Yeah, it's a good job England did win, actually, because that Harry Kane thing would have been like the semi-final where we should have scored against Croatia.
See, I need him to score 3 more in this tournament and I'll get a nice bet up. I had Lukaku 4, Ronaldo 4, him 4. He's on 1 now. I need him to get a hat-trick in the quarter-final and I'll be happy.
Well, the golden boots. The golden boot's going to be quite interesting now. You got Forsberg, who I think has scored today, and he goes up to 3.
Got Schick, Lukaku.
Schick's still in it on 4. Benzema's gone on 4. Ronaldo sits at the top with 5. Severovic is still on it in there with 3. Sterling's still in it with 3. Lukaku's still in it with 3. Wijnaldum's gone. Sarabia's still in it with 2.
I mean, what a turn up for the Bucks it would be if Raheem Sterling finishes with a golden boot.
3 tap-ins as well. Right place at the right time.
He had a good strike though as well today that made man from distance that made Neuer go across his left.
I didn't react to that. I was like, nah. Not people like, why didn't you react to that? I was like, nah, never going in. It were never going in. Why do you fight other Liverpool fans, Craig?
Why do I fight them? I don't fight them. Just none of them have ever shown me any interest, respect, acknowledgement. So my answer to all of them is fuck them. I've done it my way, on my own, without licking anyone's arse, without having to be on there getting helping hands up or help from any of them. They've ignored me, every single one of them. Shunned me.
I sense great conflict in you.
Not conflict, just smugness. I'm touching you here, mate. I've done it on my own. Fuck them. They're all nice guys. James Redmond seems like a lovely lad. I'd happily have a chat with him. Seems like a really nice guy. Funny lad. Lots of time for him. But, they've all just ignored me because I'm the lone voice from Ireland. So, ha. But no, James Redmond does seem like a very, very good lad, to be fair. I like Drifty as well from Coppish. Really nice guy.
It's going to extra time, everybody. What a shock. I'm absolutely surprised that this is going to extra time. I'm so surprised.
Yeah, this was coming a mile away, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think we're going to penalties, or do you think someone's going to score?
I think with this sort of game, I probably would like penalties. It's good for England to stand. Oh, come on. I'm not that desperate for them to. Oh, well, they'll be more tired on Saturday. They're shit. They're both shit. Whoever you want, not bothered.
Play them both. Pick the best 11 from both of them. Don't care.
We can play a combined 11.
There you go. We could have just solved the other side of that draw for you. Just put the best team together, and you can play them in the.
I'll be stunned if England aren't back at Wembley in the semi-final. Let me just say that.
We have had a couple of the posts being struck 3 times in this game so far.
Neither of what I would say about both these teams is that neither of them look very clinical.
It's not really been a tournament for the strikers, really, has it? For the big names, like, of course, Ronaldo, fair play. I mean, he's been exceptional, scored us 5, broke records and all, but there's not really been many standout centre forwards in the tournament.
It's funny, isn't it? It really will hurt the Germans to lose to England.
I love how you can take a subject, ignore it, and just run straight back to it's coming home.
Yeah.
It takes a special kind of skill. Well played.
But no, it just keeps dropping in my mind that the Germans absolutely love beating England, and we won't really see anything about it, but they're gutted. They're absolutely gutted.
I can already see that at 10 o'clock tonight, the newspaper headlines for tomorrow, the front page should be funny.
Oh, yeah. You know what? To be honest, I'm embarrassed by the way we react to things. I said this before the game. I said it in my preview. If England somehow win this game, it's coming home. I mean, we're winning it. I mean, what sort of prat starts talking about stuff like that?
Somebody in the chat talking about Immobile and the disrespect he gets. He's been shy in the tournament. Where's the disrespect? Like, let's be fair, Immobile has been shit. Italy have been great, but Immobile has hardly set the world on fire.
2 goals.
Exactly, 2 goals, me. Benzema was good. I'll give you that one. That was a master stroke, bringing him back into the fold from Deschamps, but that didn't work out too well. And I did give Lukaku the credit, to be fair. Schick, yes, I may have slept on Schick a little bit. That's a good show. But all in all, like, there's not really... you look back a few years ago and you look at the nations and you think, yeah, they all have a great number 9 there, somebody who's going to bang in the goals. But there's been a lot of good winger and midfielder goals in this tournament.
Here we go with the extra time. About to kick off. I'm on Twitch at 11 o'clock, everyone. Lucky me.
For those of you that missed out, it's going to be 1.25 million. It's coming home. Cancel the other side of the draw. Boris, cancel Phil Wembley. Anything else I've missed out on?
No, actually, I am actually just going to take questions from the chat.
But you won't answer them. You'll just answer them. Same with me today.
What's this? Roger McCalmont, £5. Congratulations on 1.2 million views. Now you got your most viewed video out. Remember, Goldbridge reacts. The guy got the same amount. Yes, Roger, that's a good point. Thank you to Ivan. And what do you think of Forsberg? 4 goals in 4 matches. Been very good this game. He's having a great tournament, Alex.
Do you know what?
No,
I'm thinking,
Craig, that's a really good point.
I should learn sign language, shouldn't I? So just basically I can sign everything that you say.
I'm on Twitch, not Twitter tonight at 11. Sorry, I said that. Replace Craig with Ben Foster.
What, a poorer goalkeeper than me again? Just a downgrade yet again.
There was a video on YouTube which was somebody, we were talking about the other day. There was I was doing this video as reacting to something on Twitter, on YouTube, and while I was reacting to it, I looked at the views, and it was one of these clips channels, and it was Goldbridge. I don't know, gets into an argument with Seb or something like that, which I wasn't really in an argument with him. It had like 1.3 million views, and I was like, so somebody's took a clip of my content and got 1.3 million views. I've never had 1.3 million views on a video.
It is mad, isn't it?
Some dick takes a clip of me and gets 1.3 million views.
I'll bring it back to our conversation the other day where you were like, oh no, I'm all for fair use. I'm all for stuff like that. I'm sound about that. And here he is crying about it. You're closing on it though, mate.
I wasn't crying about it because, I've now got 1.3 million
because I put a
views.
Copyright strike in against someone. I got the money back anyway. So at the end of the day, it was all fine.
I wouldn't do that.
I know somebody that would, though.
I know somebody who would. When's it going to end? Anyway, let's move on. Done.
Tweet out from Fabrizio Romano there. I'm trying to set you up again. It's a big tweet from Fabrizio. Breaking news.
Yeah, I've just seen it. It's coming home. Everyone seems to know the score. They've seen. I can tell you what I like listening to. It's coming home, but it is quite a bit. It's a bit like a nursery rhyme when you sing it. The best one to sing. The best one to sing. It's a genius
song. It's a geniusly written song. I will say it is.
It is. It's very catchy.
Have you seen the original lyrics? Because there's some of it they weren't allowed to put in because the FA thought it was a bit anti-German or something. There was one particular lyric that was removed from it.
What was it?
I can't remember off the top of my head. I just remember I think Frank Skinner or David Padilla posted it a while ago, the original lyrics to it. And there was one particular line. I can't remember what. Maybe somebody in the chat will know.
I actually prefer express yourself, create the space, you can win, don't give up the chase, beat the man, take him on, you never give up, it's one-on-one, express yourself, it's one-on-one, express yourself, you can't be wrong, when something's good, I've got it, ruined it already.
In the cup for Tottenham.
Right, I actually remember the days when, if you got to the FA Cup final, you had to release a song. I remember Wimbledon when they won the World Cup, the FA Cup. They thought they won the World Cup. It was only the FA Cup. They beat Liverpool in '88, and they had this song, and it actually got in the charts. It was on Top of the Pops, and it was like singing Wimbledon. And I just remember that. I can't really remember much about it, but every FA Cup finalist, they used to do a song both sides, and it used to end up being in the charts.
I think we need to do a charity song, some of us football YouTubers. And I have a song in mind as well, a Westlife song I think we should do and recreate.
No, there should have been a Christmas one, but we wouldn't get invited.
We can create our own. When you're looking like that, Westlife.
Back in a minute, we're just going to go and sort this cat out. I'm not listening to a cat.
Goldbridge singing or Jenna's commentary. There you go. He's a better singer than me. I mean, I sing on my channel, and I have to admit, I won't say this when he's here, but he's a better singer than I am. Yeah, he can actually hold the tune, in fairness. My singing is shocking. Right, ladies and gentlemen, put him under pressure. There we go. Ole, 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 ole. How old am I? I'm 39. Hassan, 39. Top 5 positions. Missionary, reverse cowboy, cowgirl, reverse cowgirl.
He's a nice cat, but do your bloody head in.
Favourite porn, all of it. Completed it, mate.
Porn?
Yeah, someone said favourite porn. All of it. Completed it.
Don't know what it is. What's that all about? Really didn't want extra time. I've had my football feel.
You really just didn't want to be here full stop for the stream, did you?
No, I don't mind being here. I just know that it's almost, when you're watching an exhibition match and it's pointless because they're going out on Saturday night. I'm like, I feel sorry for them. They're actually really trying hard, and it's like treble substitution from Sweden. I'm hoping it's going to go to penalties with this.
Mark, how old are you? I answered my own. Someone asked how old I was. I answered.
Quel âge as-tu?
He won't answer that. See, folks, I know how old he is, but he won't answer.
Love's got the world in motion, and I can't believe it's true. We're singing for England, England. We're singing a song.
This is like my fresh hell. Do you know that? This is for me. This is like hell, living hell.
Arrivederci, it's 1-on-1. Can I play these songs on Twitch later? Will I get copyright striked on Twitch? I've watched people playing games on Twitch and they've got music on in the background. Come on.
Surely you can do this on TikTok now.
Ute. What does the Ute say? Can I play? There are people on Twitch who are playing games and they're playing music in the background.
Good shout there. Someone said this game is like an after party. It's a good shout.
I've been to some good after.
A shit one, yeah, not the one that you wanted to go to.
Yeah, the good after parties are good. Drop your keys in the bowl. Ding, ding,
I don't know about that, Mark. I haven't been to any of those ones now. So we're going to have dogging with Goldbridge soon then, by the sounds of it.
No, that's not dogging. That's swinging, isn't it? I'll be singing.
Oh! That was tasty, that challenge.
But I get up again. What's he looking at? He looks old, that ref, doesn't he?
Looks like Martin Atkinson's foreign cousin.
You can't do it, Mark. You'll get a copyright.
That to me was a red, I have to say. That was a vicious challenge.
Potential red card check.
Yeah, it should be a red. This is a red for me.
No. It's never a red. He kicks the ball first.
That knee is back in Glasgow.
No. He kicks the ball. It's never a red.
No, he's gone over.
Never a red.
It's going to be a red.
I love how people disagree, but that's never a red for me.
Ukraine in here now. See? This to me is a red. I'm sorry. Look how high. Look at that. Would you stop?
Never a red. He kicks the ball first. That's like the one that happened. He kicks the ball, mate. You can't send him a red.
He's going to
give him a red. No, piss off. You're having a fucking laugh, mate. He's kicking the ball. I know it looks bad, but he's kicked the ball. Like, it's just bad luck. How can you get a red card for kicking the ball?
I see. I don't subscribe to that train of thought. In that case, like,
have you ever played
anybody
football?
Can follow through on it. Of course I have. As a keeper, and I've had my nose bust open with an elbow coming for the ball, but you can't
like
just
Leo
follow
said, the
through.
game's gone. Like, there's nothing about him that means to do that. He's kicked the ball.
Look at the that's gone to hospital here, by the way.
Couldn't give a shit. I honestly couldn't give a shit because you will get injured in a game of football. Like, he's kicked the ball. There's no intention, and people say it's reckless. But how can it be reckless when you're kicking the ball first? I accept it looks bad. I accept he's badly injured, but that doesn't make something a red card. I've had this argument before. I bet he won't even come off. But the reality is,
he's not coming back on the pitch, mate. He's not coming back on. Look.
No, the reality is there was one of these. What was it? There was a game in the Premier League last season where they kicked the ball and their follow through hit a player. Somebody in the chat will tell me on this. They kicked the ball in the Premier League. They followed through and they caught a player and they got a red card.
It's also the height of the contact. That was above his knee or on his knee.
I don't believe, and look, people can disagree with me and you disagree with me. I'm not going to get into an argument, but I don't believe that you can kick a ball and then hit a player It was a West Ham game. It was West Ham. Yeah. West Ham against Chelsea. He cleared the ball, and as his foot followed through, he caught a Chelsea player high like that, and he got a red card. But how can you get a red card for kicking your intention is to kick the ball. Your follow through movement catches the player on the knee, whatever, and breaks their leg. Of course, it's horrible.
I'll counter that for you. Do you remember when David Luiz clashed heads with somebody this season recently, and it was a very serious injury? I can't remember who it was. David Luiz came in and they clattered heads. The defender cleared the ball and Luiz came in, bang. I can't remember who it was, but I think the guy had serious treatment and there was nothing given for it. So for me, it's the hypocrisy of if heads clash, if a defender gets there and heads the ball first, it's fine.
Well, what about that? What was that game we were watching the other day where the goalkeeper came out, went to punch the ball, missed it, and punched the player? Yeah, that should be a red. That should be a red then, because he's come out recklessly to punch something, missed the ball, and hit the player.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's like so. What we're saying is that tackle there, goalkeeper comes out to punch something, punches the ball, and follows through and punches a player. Well, that's a red card.
It's double jeopardy though in the penalty area. There is a different. I mean, I agree. It's a penalty, and I said it was a penalty at the time.
I think on a football pitch, sometimes you will get injured and there is no card, there is no foul. It's just part of the game. And I think that there is one of those incidents. But unfortunately, they go to VAR. I tell you what pisses me off as well. The way they watch it, the slow-mo.
Yeah,
Life's not in slow-mo. Life's not in slow-mo.
It shouldn't be shown in slow-mo as well.
That and penalties
in slow motion does my head in. I will give you that. I don't agree with that at all. It shouldn't be.
I think it's a harsh red. I think it means we're definitely going to penalties, though. Yeah, Liam Cooper against Man City was never a red. John Stones against Villa, never a red.
But then look what happened with Pickford. And again, I'm not throwing shade at Everton here, but Pickford on Van Dijk, nothing. Man's out for most of the season.
I don't really remember that connection, but yeah, I just think it's a joke. I think we've almost. What I said about the Cooper one and what I would say about that is, what am I supposed to say as a coach? Don't tackle someone now because you might follow through and break the leg.
The only thing on that for me that I'm saying it's a red is the height of it. If that was on the ground, a sliding tackle, I would be fully in agreement with you. It is a contact sport, but that was very high. Now. I don't know. There was a lot of force through that for me.
I'll have a look at it again, but for me, I don't. Joel Matthews says, "What a joke of a red. Player gets the ball first. Worst punishment."
But the rule of getting the ball first has been long gone. Let's be fair. It has. Like, as much as I agree with you in that I like it to be a contact sport as well. If we're look, the lads, he's in a bad way here, mate. Look, he's just not coming back on the pitch.
So basically, we're saying now is if you get injured on the pitch, the person who injures you should get a red card, regardless of the intent, regardless of the circumstances. That's basically what we've turned into, isn't it?
It is turning into a non-contact sport, and it does frustrate me at times as well. And a lot of the time, I will probably be in agreement with you, and I 100% agree that West Ham game you were talking about was a joke. I absolutely am with you on that. I just think this particular incident, that seemed like it was very high, and it was reckless. And yes, he got the ball, you're spot on. I can't argue with you on that one, but you know, he got the ball, but he didn't get the ball and not have his studs up as well. You know, he could have toe poked the ball, but his studs were up when there was. Yeah, look, I feel sorry for everybody around that one, and nobody should go over Euros because of a red card and stuff. But I just think it was a very.
I hope the Swedish are noticing this, that I'm sticking up for them, even though I want Ukraine to win. That's just the sort of guy I am. Fair, Bridge. Express yourself. Create the space. You know you can win. Leah's just messaged me saying, definite red, behave yourself, Mark. You see, this is what I love about football. Craig thinks it's a red. Some of you think it's a red. Some of you don't think it's a red. He's still up.
It's good that we still have this, though.
He's still hobbling around. He's still hobbling around.
It's good that we have this, though, because a lot of these arguments have been taken away from us with VAR and stuff.
I love the...
I think kits is another thing that divides people massively. Like you'll see, say, the new United or Liverpool kit, and I'll go, oh, "That's amazing." And somebody else will go, "It's horrible."
Jordan's just said that's the most red I've ever seen. He's followed through. Well, I'll watch it again. But
you'll never admit he's wrong.
I'll tell you what has followed through. This is the longest game in the fucking world. 3 minutes of added time on extra time. First half. We'll be here till midnight. Got to do Twitch at 11. Someone tell the ref.
It's not okay here. You've no control over this one. Somebody get on the loudspeaker at Hampden Park there. Tell them to hurry this up.
Tell the ref to hurry the fuck up. Goldbridge has got to do Twitch at 10:30. You fucking Egypt. He's still not made out. He's made a right meal of this, that Ukrainian. He'll be playing against England.
Shevchenko's issuing the last rights there, mate, at this point.
Career ender. David Boost ended his career at Old Trafford. His leg got smashed. Should McLaren, was it McLaren Irwin? Should they have been sent off? Probably would have got sent off.
A little bit naughty here, by the way. You know the Keane challenge on Alfie and Haaland where he said, "Take that shit."
Yeah,
I would have done that. I have to say, if somebody called me a cheat before, I would have done that. That was one time I said, "Yeah, that's peak Roy Keane right there. Have a bit of that, son. Go on."
Adrian Diwali says Sky Sports ratings for the England game: Trippier 7, Shaw 6. What game do they watch? I don't know whether you get this with Liverpool, but it absolutely Manchester Evening News make me laugh. They've genuinely got agendas. Like there are certain players that you know are always going to get like they can't stand De Gea and they love Dean Henderson, and Dean Henderson can basically make no saves, but he did a nice goal kick. 8 out of 10, flawless today. You know, De Gea can make 10 world-class saves, but, he can, he'll do a long kick.
Never be coming for crosses, give him a 6.
Yeah. So,
yeah, there's definitely that.
Sky giving Trippier a 7 and Shaw a 6 when Shaw was involved in both goals and Trippier was a bag of shite. This is what I mean about this. Is what I mean.
Wonder.
That journalist who's done that is just one voice. Whereas
I often do wonder who they have watching some of the games because some of the player ratings from games are just embarrassing. And it is subjective, I get that. But
when I do my player ratings, like the England player ratings, that will be based on being live for 90 minutes with 1.2 million views.
Oh, 1.25, you're underselling yourself there. 1.25
million views. So I will take into not only my opinion, but I'll subconsciously take into what people are saying in the chat.
You're good like that. Fair play to you.
7 for Trippier. I give him a 5, and Luke Shaw I give him an 8. So Sky have given 7 to Trippier and 6 to Luke Shaw.
I could pick for an 8 today.
You tell you what, you're high, Sky. You're smoking something. There's another one injured now. Send him off. He's injured. Come on, let's have a look at the replay. Must be a red card. He's injured. Look. Let's watch it. Come on. Let me sit these red card haters down. Tom Quinn said he followed through after that ball more than me after a curry.
Well played, Tom.
Oh, that's definitely a red as well. Look, he's landed funny. Oh.
Can we just get to the penalties, please?
I'm all for the penalties. I'm actually looking forward to the penalties. We're singing for England. We're singing the song. We're singing for England.
Brexit is done. I'm just sitting here as a European citizen stretching.
Love's got the world in motion, and I can't believe it's true. What's wrong with these Ukrainians? He's the captain as well. He's proper hurt. I want to play Ukraine on penalties. They'll be playing the under 18s at this stage. You can't add any more minutes on. Crits off. What?
I'm just laughing at you. Just hurry up. I couldn't be bothered. Just get it done. Sorry.
I'm a bit of a moaner. BBC News follows the conclusion of this match. What's that? The morning news at 7. Look at him stroking himself again. That's all he ever does.
It's not too far from the truth.
Stroking his trophy. That's why he stays up late. No one can catch him. Best player of the tournament so far, Spinazzola. This is like the never-ending story. What a film that was. The never-ending story. Oh. Yeah, Ukraine. Come on, this needs to go to penalties. You can't. We've all been there with these games in the past, haven't we? They're so shit boring. The last thing we want now is a winner. Just give us the penalties. Let us salvage something from this.
Have they got players left that can walk up to the penalty spot at this point? They'll have to be lying on the ground sideways taking the penalty. Just throwing the leg at it.
Baggy bottom jeans, boots with the fur. The whole club was looking at her.
Do you have any silly moments where stuff that's so obvious only rings home to you? Like, so, for instance, for me, banoffee, I only figured out the banana toffee part of that when last year.
I am a bit like that. I'm terrible with song lyrics, actually.
I think we all like to make up our own song lyrics, though, to be fair. It's part of the fun.
Yeah, never a red. Pieface said that's not a red.
That's what you do now. You're scrolling through Twitter trying to find people that agree with your warped sense of opinion.
You know me too well.
Jack Mate said, as he was asking me to come back on to the kickoff, or not the kickoff, happy hour. Yeah, that's not a red. Oh, look, he's gone. He's gone, ladies and gents. Can't even be bothered anymore. You'll be looking at the phone now going, what's this? Jack Mate, no, I can't come on the happy hour, and that wasn't a red.
But like you said, I like those sort of decisions where it's. I love the decisions where it creates debate, because people will be like, "It's definitely a red. It's definitely a red, Mark," and I just go, "It's definitely not." Well, it is. It definitely is a red. No, definitely not a red.
You do it to me all the time at Liverpool. They're playing. You send me stuff just to wind me up when I'm on a stream, and I fall for it because I'm so emotional.
There you go.
He also eats Walker's crisps. You can't trust the word that comes out of his mouth.
Nikhil says, not a red. He's allowed to clear the ball, and the follow-through isn't intentional. I agree.
Neither is the skid marks in my trousers, but we are where we are.
Matthew McFadden says, does Craig really want to go on happy hour? Don't think he's mentioned it before.
What's happy hour? Never heard of it. Sorry. Don't know what it is.
He's definitely not big enough to go on happy hour. Or interesting enough.
That's where I'll draw the line. It'll be the best fucking episode of that podcast it's ever seen when I get on there, mate. Striptease on the table, Stevie White on my lap. Can't have it all.
It'd have to be a charity one, where give something back.
Yeah.
Let's get somebody totally irrelevant on just to try it.
Just see if it is us, if we can still get the numbers in, if we can save a few bob, cost-cut measures.
That's the sort of podcast I could do. I could just do a podcast with the next door neighbour and it'd probably still get quite a lot of views.
Not quite 1.25 though.
I love this sort of thing though. Sid, not a red? ? He almost broke his leg. Oh, great. So if I shoulder bulge somebody and they run over, they fall into the bloody side of the bloody thing and break the neck. Oh, it must be a red because he's broke his neck.
Do you know what you should do? You should try that in Soccer Aid, a challenge like that, and see how it works for you. See if you get sent off or not. Ollie Murs breaks through. Chunks, drop of the shoulder. Togden comes flying in right hand side.
I wouldn't do it.
Oh, he's not there. You're not there. Sorry.
I wouldn't do it to Chunks, but Ollie Murs, I'd probably. Sometimes on a football pitch, there's certain players that you just right. If there's any chance, I'm gonna. Maybe it is a red or not a red, says Shake. But this definitely the most boring match ever. Even red or no argument is boring. They both should be knocked out. He's more pissed off than me. I
disagree with you. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. It's been a horrendous watch.
Imagine if some UEFA delegate just walked on the pitch and took the ref's whistle and went, "It's over. They're both out. England have got a bye to the semi-final. What's the point? Come on, we're wasting everyone's time. No one's fucking turned up anyway. They're all
Sponsors
at
are
home.
pulling out. Everything's gone. It's over. Heineken want nothing to do with us."
David Page says, "Rafa going to Everton. Thoughts?" I've got no thoughts. You got any thoughts, Craig? Rafa to Everton? Do you feel betrayed?
Not at all. No. I feel he's. I think Rafa for me goes above football, and him and his wife, they do tremendous charity work for the city as well, and they've always kept it home on Merseyside. So no hate for me. I love the man. Obviously, he won't win out with Everton, but that's not his fault.
So ferry cross the Mersey. I always thought what a weird song it is to sing about a bloody, mythical character flying across the bloody river. Fairy. It's a got. Mark, it's 2:45 a.m. in India. You bet I'm pissed. I have to work at 9 a.m. Shake, well, that's your own fault. I would not be up at 2:45 watching this shit. You know what I would have done? I'd have gone to bed at 1 o'clock and woke up in the morning and gone, "Oh, that was a shit game," and it went to penalties. Great. He's probably doing it.
Maybe he's on here because he's a fan of yours. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That I've just realised he will be doing it because I'm live. There are people that just want to watch me.
Kids are crying in the background, going home. Goldbridge is on. Shut up, kids.
I just want to make this absolutely clear. I absolutely, from the bottom of my heart, love and respect and value each and every one of you.
Every one of the 1.25 million of you.
Whenever I try to be sincere, they always think there's a sarcastic note to it. Who was better, Prime Beckham or Prime Pirlo? I love David Beckham, so
Pirlo.
I'm biased.
And it's not adding against Beckham. Beckham is probably the greatest crosser and set piece taker for ball, and another man who stayed behind in training, got everything out of his career. Nothing but respect for the man, but we're talking Pirlo here.
Overrated. I just think he's an Italian Jordan Henderson. With good hair and fashion sense.
Oh, we get the Joe Allen chicken conversation going again, because I had that clipped up and ready to go immediately to you. Nothing more I like waking up wringing a chicken's neck.
I saw that going around, and it was clipped in a very bad way. It was just basically
I sent it to Drawley immediately.
He's off. He's miles off.
Over.
He's miles off, and he's missed it anyway. Oh, for fuck's sake! This needs to go to penalties. This is where the ref needs to get his whistle and go, penalties. There's 10 minutes more to go. Fuck off.
No, I'm using the RTE clock. Penalties.
Yeah. Mate, we could play for another 10 hours and you shit bastards aren't going to score. Let's be honest. This penalty shootout's going to be over quick as well because there's no way you're all scoring them.
And by the way, we're going straight to sudden death. Shevchenko will be getting kitted out now for the penalty shootout.
I'll tell you what is interesting, though. It's coming home. Yeah, I thought you were going to go for that one.
Sorry, I forgot. Just for a moment there, I had a lapse of concentration. I thought you could be serious.
It was a shit miss, that Arsenal, man. Yeah.
Could we take a second to just talk about Swedish fish?
Oh, it's horrible, isn't it?
It's not nice at all.
There's a delicacy. There's a delicacy.
No, I mean the sweet, the actual jelly.
No, but there is a name for a Swedish fish, and it's a delicacy.
Fermented.
And it's very expensive, and it's basically a fish that's been left out in the hot weather for a long time. And I've seen videos of people paying for it, and it's a lot of money, and it's disgusting.
So expect the Mark Goldbridge branded one coming out soon.
I'm quite particular about the food I eat. Irish TV or UK TV for matches, Craig, says ESC Connor.
Genuinely, no taking the piss, Irish. I think our punditry is better because they have more freedom in what they say. That's the only reason why.
I disagree. It's a bit like comparing me with you. You're Irish, I'm English. Let the people decide. I am not pissed. I am not pissed at all. I am, I'm absolutely fine. And I will be having another beer at 11 o'clock for Twitch. I've purposely just slowed it down a little bit. Come on. Oh, he wants a penalty. He might get a penalty for that, No, he won't. It's called surströmming, Mark, says Dan Reed. Smelly hot fish, really.
Have you ever had coddle, by the way? I think have I asked you this before? Did you ever have coddle when you were in Ireland?
No. What is it? Just
it's like kind of like a stew, but it's a white stew basically with boiled sausage.
I reckon this should be a penalty, you know. Nah, it's a bit late, isn't it?
No. He got the ball, he followed through, and he just basically kneecapped your man in the head, but that's all right. According to Goldbridge, nothing wrong with it. Pick your teeth up and get on with it.
Could be a red.
We're in for another 20 minutes of extra time here, Mark. Another load of stoppages.
At the end of the day, you can get hurt and it not be a red card.
True, but you can also absolutely almost kneecap somebody and deserve a red card.
No, I'm still not convinced. I'm not convinced. Love's got the world in motion, and I can't believe it's true. We're singing for England, England. We're singing the song. I mean, you know what pisses me off here is how many more injuries are we going to have that add on to the fucking game? It's the longest game in the world. We've still got 7 minutes left. He's going to add another 5 minutes on for this.
I'll go in now. My 9-year-old would have grown a beard when this is over.
You know, the thing is, though, I predicted as soon as I saw this game as the last 16 game, I was like, this is going to be shit. Mark, do an Irish accent. To be sure, to be sure. Ho ho, hee. What's going on? Oh, get a life. There's more to Ireland than this.
I thought, why does everybody always go for the culture accent when they do an Irish accent? Nobody ever has a bash of the Dublin one. Or
I should have the Dublin one down to a bloody T. I've just brain dumped it. I lived there for 3 years. I used to do it all the time.
Story. What's the story, boss?
What's the story there? What's the story there, man?
Get rid of that.
I've done it again. Whenever I do Irish, I always start off with, ooh, taters. I never lived anywhere but Dublin, but I always go for the, ooh, what's the story? It's not nothing to do with Dublin. That's where I lived. Oh, like Greg Norton. Oh,
God.
I don't know why I start off with the, ooh.
It's going to be an interesting beach party in Malahide.
Yeah. I don't know why I start off with the, you know, it's like Scotland. I have to start off with Sky Sports News, Jim White. Wales, I can't do Welsh. Think I better dance now. Ooh. Up in my right. I can't do it. I can do Scottish. Scottish I can do really well. Can't do Northern Ireland.
Lorraine Kelly.
Cross, no.
I got excited for a minute. Somebody in the chat had put goal in, and I thought, oh, and then I realised they were just trolling.
Fuck, you fucking knacker. No, that's
fight like me that. 33 in the third.
What do you like? It's not time to make a change. Just
I don't know where the fuck Ronan got that accent from, by the way. Man used to work in a shoe shop in Grafton Street, and all of a sudden he's singing through his nose.
I tell you what, I was in Brown Thomas on the bottom of Grafton Street in Dublin.
Of course you were, posh cunt. Oh, yeah. The C word, sorry.
Yeah. And I was there with the missus, and I was looking at the Ralph Lauren jumpers, and she said, Ronan Keating's over there. And I went, whatever. She said, he is. He's looking at the old Armani tops. So I went, bollocks. I walked over, and there was some little shit in a little beanie hat. So I walked right next to him and went, and I walked away. And I went, you're right.
Should have gave him a slap and said, don't ever ruin another Garth Brooks song so long as you live, Keaton. Don't ever, ever touch another Garth Brooks song again. How dare you, sir? Do you remember Dickie Rock? Surely you've heard the name Dickie Rock from your time in Ireland. Would have been one of the great Irish show bands back in the day. His son was actually in Boyzone, but he was booted over. There was the sixth member. There you go. There's a bit of useless trivia.
Arsenal are set to complete both Nuno Tavares and Lokonga signings in the next few days. Confirmed, and here we go soon. Lokonga will join for 17.5 million plus add-ons, and paperwork to be signed soon with Benfica for Tavares. I don't know anything.
Doesn't sound like James Maddison to me.
No.
Sound like no.
Doesn't sound like Belotti. Doesn't sound like Calvert-Lewin. Can I have a look at any more bullshit thumbnails from AFTV? Calvert-Lewin? No. Maddison? No. Camavinga? No. Sterling? No. Sounds like some irrelevant player from Benfica and Anderlecht to me. Maddison must have fallen through.
But they've 250 million to spend. That's the important part to remember in this. Because clubs are always going around briefing the media about how much money they have to spend. There's nothing they like more than putting it out there into the public.
That'll be the Smith Rowe to Villa money coming in.
I mean, we all know right now the Villa are spending the Grealish money anyway. That's clear. But, at least they're not briefing the media about the 100 million they're going to be getting.
That's what I do respect about United channels and Liverpool channels, is that we never have to start going to the Daily Star for our transfer stories. We might not buy the players, but we do get, oh, I'm bloody injured now. Bloody hell.
You know what? I've seen the Liverpool Echo use a Twitter account with 300 or 800 something followers as a source with a straight face.
No, but I think Arsenal are the worst. They literally, you can wake up in the morning and they're signing Ronaldo. And they'll do it with a straight face. Oh, there's tentative interest from Arsenal for Ronaldo. Whereas with United, we genuinely do want Varane. We won't get him, but we genuinely do. We're like, do you want to come to us? We've got the money. Fuck off. Didn't
Ramos do that to you guys a few years ago? Or was it Ramos, or was it the guy from Atletico? Godin?
It was Ramos. Godin did it as well on transfer deadline day. He's a bit of I can't do Jamaican accent, but I can do no woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. Craig, can you do an Irish accent? And Goldie, can you do an English accent? Oh, that's very funny, YUFC. This game will be still going on after the tournament ends.
Mahone. There's my Irish accent for you. Pogue Mahone.
What does that mean?
Kiss my arse.
Come on, 3 minutes. Get the penalties done. If somebody scores now, I'll go mad. I'll be like, you absolute cock tease. So he's done it as well.
Ukraine through 2-1.
Fuck off. Like, that's so annoying. You just get that 31 minutes of extra time and they decide to win it. You're like that close to penalties. I tell you what, England. I tell you what, Craig. It's coming home. There ain't no way we're not. There ain't no way we're not beating Ukraine. That's a bye to the semi-finals. It's over. Like, England are in the semis.
He's onside as well, although his arm was off, but that doesn't count. You've got a feel for the Swedes.
Well, if we play a back five against Ukraine, then Southgate deserves the sack. Is there a hint of offside in this?
It's close. I mean, his arm was leaning, but his arm, can't score with your arm, so.
No.
I mean, it would be
He's having a look. He's giving it.
Goal given.
People are saying it was Lindelof's fault. 2-1. Shevchenko.
I feel robbed, Mark. I won't lie. I feel robbed.
That's what I was just saying now. If they go and score now, it's the ultimate prick tease. No, Sweden did not deserve to win this, TJ say, because they didn't win it, basically.
That's the punditry they come here for.
That's the bluntness you won't get on mainstream media.
This is basically now tip off and launch 9 men forward immediately.
I mean, I'm tempted to say at least Lindelof's out of the tournament. He gets a bit more rest, but Lindelof left his man. Typical yet. Can't keep his man.
Go on. It's the Sharon from EastEnders line. I was expecting it.
I was going to do it, but I thought I've just done it so many times. You know, you've got to move on from the obvious ones sometimes. Noticed how I've not done Gary Barlow tonight.
Lindelof playing him onside as well, by the way.
Swedish coach is getting into an argument with Shevchenko. Bad loser. You can't. I've always got to give a big thumbs up to a bad loser because I'm a bad loser.
I'd be a wind-up merchant, though. I'd be winking at him on the other side if I was Shevchenko.
Yeah, it's all about the red card, isn't it? The red card changed the game, and to be honest, no, he's all right. Yeah, England are going to beat Ukraine. Have you got any? I mean, anything can happen in football, but they ain't no Switzerland, are they?
No, I can't see any trouble for you guys with that. To be fair,
no.
Especially after a long 120 minutes here as well.
Yeah, and they're crap, Ukraine. Shevchenko's proper pumped up. He wants to chin that Swedish manager. Don't say anything bad about the Ukraine.
Good result for them. I mean, you wouldn't have picked them to get to the quarters, would you? Really, beforehand?
No.
Fair play.
No. I wouldn't.
It's all over.
I wouldn't have predicted they'd beat Sweden. That's like winning it for them. You could maybe give them that little European Cup of yours.
One of the 6.
Swedish coach ain't happy.
Oh,
are they going to shake hands? Yeah. It's all good. It's all good in love and war.
You know he's muttering something under his breath as he's walking away, though. You were shite as a player anyway.
You know, if I was Shevchenko, I'd have walked up to him and gone, "Voulez-vous? Aha!" Just get chinned.
Oh.
Always beat him with comedy. Let them get angry. It's a crack. I tell you what, though, I've got to say, if I'd woken up this morning, which thank God I did, and somebody said you're going to beat Germany and Ukraine are going to beat Sweden, and I said, "Well, it's going to be a good day."
Followed by,
it's coming home. We ain't not beat. I tell you what, people will be like, "I'll love it." I tell you what, that smug twat Goldbridge, I'll love it if Ukraine beat on Saturday night. I tell you what, take your missus out, take your boyfriend out, go to the cinema, go to the pub. Don't wait up on Saturday night for clips of me getting knocked out by Ukraine because you're going to be very disappointed. Not going to happen. Semi-final, I'll give you a chance.
Of me getting knocked out by Ukraine is what you me.
It's not England, it's me. We ain't getting knocked out. No way. Not in the quarterfinal. Semi-final, I'll give you a little bit of a hope.
Final, if it does come home, will you send Gareth a little waistcoat? A little memento, maybe?
I'll give him a bit of credit. I think he deserves it. But ultimately, it's the English people that have been proven right today. Southgate, Grealish should have started. Now, don't make that mistake again. It's coming home.
Enjoy your show on Twitch at 11 p.m.
Ukraine are going out on Saturday. We've got a couple of days off now, Craig. I need to think what game I'm going to get you on for, actually. Not England.
You say
obviously.
Game in a singular sense, like it's, singular.
Well, probably be 2. What's the Saturday game?
Czech Republic, no idea what the fixtures are.
Denmark. That might be quite a good one, actually. Czech Republic, Denmark. And Spain. Spain, Switzerland's a good game.
There has to be a better game to that. Belgium, Italy. Come on, give me a good one.
I think that's going to be a shit game. I think Spain, Switzerland's better.
This is how you keep selling me the shit games. You keep telling them to me.
Spain-Croatia last night was a cracking game. I just didn't realise Switzerland-France was going to be a good game. Now I'm telling you Switzerland-Spain's going to be a good game. You're like, I don't want it. I want the obvious one. I'm telling you what's going to be the good game. We'll see what happens then. Fine. We'll do Italy-Belgium, and I'll tell you what, I bet Spain-Switzerland's a better game.
I'll do whatever games you want, mate. I don't care. Whatever you need me for, I'm here. No problem.
Right.
There's the draw.
I'm Longbird's in the mud. Arsenal player. He's used to it. He knows he's used to all this. He won't be offended. Vieira last night, I saw him. He was used to it as well. Arsenal. 11 o'clock on Twitch, Goldbridge TV. Literally 20 minutes. It's relentless. Thanks everyone for watching. We're back a couple of days for the Euros, but there'll be content coming up over on the next couple of days on here in the morning and stuff. And thanks everybody for watching. Big up to Craig. You doing Anfield Agenda tonight, or can't you be asked?
The latter, mate. I've got a pre-recorded video ready for tomorrow. Stream tomorrow night. I'm taking Thursday off.
St. Petersburg, Munich, Baku and Rome are the quarterfinal destinations. Rome for England, Baku for Denmark, Munich for Belgium and Italy, St. Petersburg for Switzerland and Spain. And then everything is Wembley from then on. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks a million. And I'll see you on Twitch, Goldbridge TV in 11 o'clock. And you can follow...
Don't you mean thanks to 1.25 million?
Thanks to 1.3 million now, probably. But yeah, speak to you all in a bit. How do you find Craig? I can give you his address on the Twitch. See you later.